you what you did for the past 40, 50, 60 years. This whole episode has been a history episode. Let me take you through the history, JJ. JJ, we're going to take him through the history.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 55 of The Jam. It's JJ, Ivey, Allen, Matt, the way it always is.
It always is.
Bro.
Number 55.
It is number 55. We are closer and closer to 60. This is crazy. I think we got to do like 1,000 episods or something like that.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah, and then we're selling like the trademark to the Jam after that.
Come up with hell.
Yep.
It'll be Billy Bob Joe and them on this couch.
Welcome to the Slam. Turn it off at that point.
But today we have, as always, a very jam-packed episode. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, beginning first and foremost with Jam Talks. You know, of course, we're trying to get back to.
If you want to be heard on the Jam Talks, make sure you put a comment and put hashtag Jam Talks.
Yes.
That's the only way you'll get noticed.
Literally.
Yeah.
You heard
On any platform. We got eyes on them right now trying to bring it back. So if you want to have your thoughts heard in the show, please leave those comments. But after that, we're going to talk about all the current stuff that's been happening. Nick Cannon, first and foremost. The party switch that we got to explain to y'all every 5 seconds.
Literally. It's like once a year.
Every time I stop looking, some new enlightenment. The Democrats was okay. So we'll talk about all that. Then we'll talk about, speaking of the Democrats, the war that the establishment is currently fighting against, well, you know,
Themselves,
but against like us.
Yeah.
The brand of politics that we've kind of embodied for the last year on this show. Some of these think tanks now emboldened. They're like, we can't do that. So they writing articles and stuff. We'll talk about that, a little bit about Hasan. Then we're going to get into the systems of Christian nationalism, how there's many different actors in this, and they all pop up in different ways, but we always hear about it.
Yeah, some are named Christy Noam's husband. Some are named Jaden Ivy.
I don't put Christian with that.
Oh my God. Boosie and them going to come up too. We're going to talk about all that stuff, so stay tuned. And then we'll be finishing off with the doom of the day. The mayor ain't doing nothing about these YNs. Doing these takeovers.
All these Chicago takeovers, man.
We're going to talk about what we as a people need to be thinking when we see these things, because it's very easy for Paul Vallis and them to tell you throw a cop at the situation.
Real.
So we're going to go get into all that, see what the possible solutions are, see what's really going on in the city, and reclaim ourselves from this YN narrative. So if you do go on to enjoy this episode, which you will, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow us on all our individual platforms. We don't really say it at the top anymore, but JAAMJ.
What you on, man?
Studios.com.
AB the artist. Make sure you hit that hype as well.
Yes, hit the hype
You
button.
get 3 a week.
And Allen.
Bro, I really I'm so sorry.
No.
I had the tea this morning, and I got the sweet dream, and I feel like I can fall in this.
I'm telling you, it's the mint chamomile combination.
Over with.
You're tripping.
You only has called sweet dreams you had before bed. We're about to be an hour 35. And
I'm on some get out.
Allen, bro, you gotta wake up.
I'm about to say, tell them or they can find us each week, man.
Bro, y'all already know what the deal is.
Come on.
We on 55. 55. We here.
55.
The street name. I'm like, wait a minute.
What? Leaks address.
Share this video, bro. We up here grinding, telling y'all the truth.
Oh, bro.
Share this motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Where can they find us?
You can find us. Acast, Prime, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Patreon.
Patreon.com/the Jam Podcast.
Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness.
We up.
You locked in. You got to be locked in too. Hit the damn button. You just skipping around and shit.
You're gonna be sleeping 10 minutes after all that.
Hey, don't worry. They talk too much up top. Let me skip. Gonna go 50 minutes and we go.
Cause y'all niggas' attention span fucking cantaloupes in the brain. Can't, dog.
Oh my gosh. But yes, thank you for joining us every week as always. It is April 1 today.
Oh, it is.
Happy April Fools, although nothing we talk about to be no damn joke.
Yeah.
There's not a damn thing that's
I can't even laugh no more.
Can I say what our April Fool's joke was gonna be? But we just couldn't coordinate.
And it's gonna drop on Friday anyway, so it's not gonna be April Fools when it comes out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, we still doing it?
No, we're not doing it anymore.
Oh, this.
It's already the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
The April Fool's joke that I was telling him that would have been funny as hell is if we did a, you know how we be standing here with the guest? If we did an AI thing with Jamal Green in the middle.
We should have did that. We dropped it. We dropped it. No caption, no warning this morning. We should have did that.
But I ain't gonna lie. I was like, A, we late on it. B, it's some AI shit. It would have had to be either really good Photoshop or it's gonna be some AI shit. See, this gonna have a conniption and start foaming at the mouth. So I'm like,
so yeah, we just had to cool on that one, but we got y'all anyway.
That would have been funny.
I would have been dying laughing. Something else that's not a joke though is these outfits. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Y'all forgot. Y'all thought that we were.
I didn't forget. No.
Nah, see, I caught all the. These niggas had no idea what was going on.
I like the transition.
We got the.
I think we all chill today.
Oh yeah, just
what's on the feet?
depending on.
Well, we all got sweats on. Besides
that, but you know what I'm saying. I had to go
chill.
Ignore the dig. It's a little double layer thing. It's 18 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But you know we got the Queens.
Almost $1,000 shoes.
Almost 1,000. They was like 500 when I got them.
That's still
progressive.
How progressive.
Don't
wait till we get the
shoes.
Supreme. Okay, but we got the half evil Jones on the pants. I don't know how long I've had this flannel, but you can't go wrong with the red and blue flannel now.
Flannel of hell, Spider-Man flannel.
Gray and long sleeve, just under comfortable type stuff. Chain. You dig? Keep going. Nah, we ain't doing it. And then
all right, we got the the hell star on the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Dewey on the top.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh my God! Is he finished? Our listeners are like,
he's actually spinning.
Oh yeah, no. Our listeners are like, why the fuck are these men moaning right now? This nigga just took off the Dewey. He has the wave.
Got some forks in there. I'm giving them out.
It's ripples. You look like Lake Michigan today.
Lake Michigan on the head top.
That's fire though. And that was literally what, like in a week?
Yeah,
literally a week. That's crazy.
Yeah, he had the little like fro out. Now it's
the duality of black hairstyle.
Oh bro,
my God,
that's what happens when you lay your hair.
Comments, I can already hear them.
Gray of the sweatpants, got the Travis's on the feet.
On the feet. Little chain, grill in the teeth.
Oh my God,
little ears.
Watch out for the
what you got on, gang?
You already know. Creams on the feet.
Oh my gosh.
Thuggers. Club on the pants. Got a little polo. This is the worst hoodie I have in my closet.
Hello. Go back to the drawing board with them. Shrunk, bro.
My zipper broke.
Yeah,
your zipper broke. That's the $300.
The quality is crazy.
That's $300 for the whole pants and jacket.
You already know I got the rings, and also I got a phone case for the first time.
Oh my God.
I got
a new phone and phone case.
New phone and phone.
Yeah, I had chip like a side of my phone.
Oh shit, he got
chipped on the phone.
Oh my God, Matt, get it, bro. Matt, get into. I'm about to say we got to discuss because the processing power might not be for the price now. They built it out of titanium.
So the annoying thing about the 17 Pro Max, I'm glad you got it, and it's not to rain on you.
No.
Oh, he needed to get something because what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Bro, this man Josh, he was like, "Yo, I'm about to go to the Cubs game. You want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." As soon as I responded, my phone hit the floor, shattered. Whole screen was done for. I couldn't see anything. I was typing a button, typing that like you can't.
I called the
see
nigga like 5 times. I think he just fell asleep in a sudden case of narcolepsy right before the game.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he was asleep.
Had no idea. Had no idea.
Yeah, well, the reason what I was saying is like, the 17 Pro Max is aluminum. The frame is aluminum, which makes it brittle versus the titanium on the 16 Pro Max. That's how horrible these companies is.
Bro, that's the thing. When I went to the store, I was like, "Y'all got any 16s or 16 Pro Max?" He's like, "Yeah, that's discontinued."
All you mean is discontinued. That's the last phone.
Crazy. Wait, what's your thing?
Mine was a 14 Pro Max.
No, like your service.
Oh, T-Mobile.
Yeah, they said the same thing to me. You just have to order the shit.
That's horrible.
That's how I got my 16 Plus. I had to order it. That's because what it is, they finesse you. They be like, "Oh, we don't got it in store. You can order it, but we got the new joint. Just buy the new one."
Yeah, because they always gonna try to sell the newest thing. Just for hopefully your phone hit the ground and survive.
They gave me a privacy screen. The privacy screen is already cracked.
That's terrible.
How that work?
I don't fucking know. Like,
That's horrible.
I legit like had it from right here.
$1,000 phone.
$1,000 phone. And they only raising the prices year over year, which means that your boy is the last to update a phone. See, I'm just waiting until my shit hits the ground explosive. Mine was the same 14 Pro Max, and my back cracked, but we thugging it out. I really want to get that 16 Pro Max.
I got this load on your hand. You look like 4 extra.
Tipping it, inflating my pocket.
The real weight.
Oh my god! Look like 4 extra, bro. Am I the only one that didn't do a fit check?
Yes.
Sorry, my fault. Quick fit check. You know what I'm saying? Got the dunks on. I barely wear these. I literally just found them. They was under my
goddamn.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I got the, you feel me, the goddams, you know what I mean? So
then
I got the
Spotify
goddamn,
knows everything what you talking about.
Then I got the goddamn, you know what I mean? No.
Spotify losing their mind.
And then I got the
What did he mean?
I can see it all. I see why he's talking.
Nah, I got the black sweats on. You know what I'm saying? I got the VLT, red VLT on. You know what I'm saying? Rally T too. It got the little rally lines on it.
Baseball stitching it.
On, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got the chain stack. Got the double chain stack today. I'm feeling a little easier.
Feeling a little regressive.
Feeling a little regressive.
His nigga said, I'm feeling a little easier.
Nigga said I got the easier.
Got the
star
got
baby.
the, you know what I mean? Star Dave. Nah. But I don't know what the fuck it
Nigga
is.
said I'm feeling a little bit easy.
Don't worry. When we talk about Jay-Z, them Rock Nation goons gonna be in the comments.
God,
like, that's the Illuminati.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't do it, they gonna do it to me, gang. And then I got the hair up. And you know what I mean? I got the office bun today. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Because I'm really getting serious on niggas today. It's not a, this is not a Matt gonna be quiet episode. This is a turn your volume down episode. Matt about to get real mad at niggas.
It's about to get real wicked. So let's get it started first and foremost with what the community saying, what the Jam Talk saying. Because we got a lot of content we gonna get in, and y'all gonna be mad about how passionate we get again. So, you know.
Oh God. First of all, we appreciate every single one of y'all that fuck with the last episode, bro.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
was fucking with that.
Appreciate it.
And we getting back into the
regular.
mojo, the regular.
If you haven't gone and watched episode 54, go do that.
Yeah,
Watch that shit.
It was fire. It was fire. I love that episode. We got a few comments. I'm not gonna read hella. I'm about to just read one, and then I'll probably find one off Spotify as well. Oh, I have some for Spotify as well.
Shout out to
the
Spotify.
first one is this one. I feel like this is gonna go a little long-winded though. That's why I was like, I might just do one. This is from Lena Smith, 1801. We ain't even got to put your name up because you got a regular name.
And before 1801 stand for some some racist shit.
Oh God!
In 1801 they slaughtered the black.
Whoa, nigga! Okay. But Lena Smith says, and I'm sorry, it took us a month to get to you. It don't matter.
It's a lot of y'all on backlog.
All of y'all got individual talents. How would you all say you benefit the podcast?
Explain your worth, nigga.
Explain your worth.
We can go format.
Okay. Well, I think that I have a talent for inhaling the bullshit that be happening in the world and then like deprogramming the bullshit language of it. So I think I contribute to the podcast by like I was reading this paper in preparation for like your thing, and I'm reading the paper and I'm like, I understand why we're losing.
Yeah.
Real
shit.
Because on God, no one's reading the paper.
Yeah,
no one is like communicating what the implications are. Like, yo, we can do this study to see what our policies are. That's not we got a pedophile in office. So it's very crucial at this time to have people who like can go see. Here's the political belief, and here's where I'm getting this shit from. And you think that that's the most simple thing in the world, but niggas don't do it no more. So I think that's pretty valuable.
Real.
I feel like what I bring to the podcast space, the jam, you know what I'm saying? I'm a funny ass nigga.
Oh, bro.
So like, whenever there's an opportunity for a punchline, nigga, you will always hear it from me, or you will hear it from anybody else.
Oh, God.
So
Nah, that nigga gave me funny.
you need the humor in the.
Oh God,
you
Real.
dig.
Need to break it up a little bit.
I feel like Ivey probably the most normal nigga here.
Yeah,
Relating to the most people is probably you.
I think it's also like the plethora of shit you know about and your age as well. Like you have that like
grounded nigga.
You're grounded. You got your prefrontal.
My brain in my ass.
Brain in my ass still.
brain in my ass.
Terrible.
Oh my
what
God.
you bring, bro? What you bring, bro?
Shit.
Besides, well, what you bring?
What I bring, bro? I bring the blunts. I'm the store. I bring the things that we need.
Answer the question.
I bring the blood.
He said, I bring the blood.
Nah, what you think?
I think like besides like the comedy the looks, the everything that's amazing. I think it's the emotional vulnerability for real. Like I think I'm like honest.
Yeah.
Like I just really any message I got is coming through the heart.
For real.
I think that resonate with my
I be seeing how
and
people
the style, nigga.
Yeah, I was gonna say the style too, nigga. Like we wouldn't have our style on this couch if it wasn't for
we
you.
would have had fucking dress pants with a tightened ass shirt.
I would have still been wearing them ripped jeans.
Nigga, I would have had the G Fazos. I would have had the G Fazos, the skinny jeans, and the tech on every single game of the big, bro.
I didn't know what a polo tracksuit was. I went to shit with these niggas. I didn't even know. What the fuck? I didn't know they made those.
I think
What does what
Man,
you
what
on
do you
Matt
laugh
bring
at,
to the
Lee?
bring to the
What you on,
podcast?
Matt?
the anger.
Ooh.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
well, I think I'm like anger personified. You know what I mean? Like I'm y'all niggas behind the screen. When you be angry, I get to get that out for
You
everybody.
embody
it.
Yeah, that.
He
But
reminds me like Aaron,
Yeah,
but like in that way where it's like
Besides the
it's the rage, but it's the besides the genocide. We anti-genocide over here, but it's like the rage and the passion is like it be like you getting at what niggas is really getting at, and I feel like that's why people fuck with it.
Yeah, that
Thing,
I think
it's
it's also
like you see somebody on their phone, they damn bro, why the fuck this shit keep happening, bro? Like
bro.
I don't know what to do. Let me watch the jam, Matt. Bitches!
bro. Why the fuck this shit keep happening? Nah,
You know, people fuck with it every time because either if he's not here or like if maybe like his shit is like off, like they can tell like, damn, why he's so
that
quiet?
nigga
Where
that
he
quiet?
at? Like why he
Where
not
his
there?
mind
Because
at?
you just embody like that energy,
yeah,
bro. Because
bro.
niggas is mad,
Yeah,
and they
bro,
need
niggas is
someone for
upset,
that, bro.
bro.
And thus
Lightning
the
round.
jam.
And that's
That's
the
the
jam,
jam,
bro.
bro.
I think that was a little long win. Oh, Abel.
Oh my God! What y'all think Jamal bring to Chicago?
Did that say something recently?
He ain't say shit.
Oh my God, we could be at episode 250. We gonna die laughing about that nigga. Oh my God.
Okay. All right, bro.
I'm back into it. All right.
Take us into it, gang.
Oh my God, are we doing the second one? Or we gonna get into
Second one. Sorry, Spotify. Spotify, I love y'all. My fault.
Shout out to the Spotify users out
Shout
there
out to the
around
Spotify
world.
users, man.
What y'all think?
Even though some of y'all ask some real dumbass questions, bro. But I love y'all niggas, man.
I seen a question the other day. You talking about why you guys support Palestine?
Like, all right,
said,
bro.
Yo, what
Wow,
that one
bro.
motherfucker?
So the funny thing about the last Spotify episode, first of all, shout out Spotify, bro.
Shout out Spotify.
We got 15 comments on the last episode, bro.
What?
People
On
showing,
Spotify?
yeah, shout out, yeah. People showing love. 4 days
love.
ago.
To the Spotify fan, man.
This one is from Common Sense. You know what I mean? Shout out Common
shout
Sense.
out
They
Common
said,
Sense.
I'm about to graduate in the fall. I've spent 4 years in college doing social advocacy and organizing, but I don't know how to build outside of institutional structures. I was wondering if y'all had any ideas. Love the podcast, by the way.
You about to be very disappointed.
No, real shit though. If you want to, what'd she say?
Build
Outside the structures. And
Yeah,
shit,
institutional structure.
get on social media.
Yes. And this is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, like as much as it's like motherfuckers can like be funny, it's like you went to college for 4 years. Nobody on this couch went to college for advice on how to build outside. At the same time,
There's
like
a lot of people like
yes,
that. Yeah.
you have been failed by your United States education system
Yeah.
to the point where you can be in school for 4 years and not know what the fuck you're doing when you get out.
Yeah.
The first thing I tell you to do is get on social media. Start
Yeah.
building out within your own community. Build out your social media with that. Whether that is throwing events or whether that is literally walking up to and being like, hey, I have an Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Hey, I have this, follow me on Instagram. And that's how you got to start it, real shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not finna give you the Nosferatu. Here's how you start the revolution. I can't give you all that, but you should meet your neighbors.
Yeah, that's
you should educate at all times.
And if
Like,
you're
never
figuring
know.
out like where to start out first, start on TikTok. That pushes your videos out further. I don't know if it's to the same effect as it was like in the earlier days, but start on there, then move to Instagram, and then just post the same shit on both of those, and then eventually you'll hit your audience that you need.
See what
Just
they
do all
also
that shit.
doing. See what they're already doing in your community. If they
That
got
too.
like
Biggest
musical
thing,
age
Collaborate
shit.
with people.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Meet your neighbors. Like, literally collaborate and hang around people who do the exact same shit as you. Then it'll form, like, literally authentic.
Yeah, whether that's going to like a social gathering that like you might be interested in, or like a club, or like a DSA or whatever local organizing thing is around you. Meet them people and that'll help you immediately. They'll tell you certain organizations are really good at organizing already. So
yeah,
you see what they need, see what help you.
W comment.
W comment.
Appreciate y'all.
W intelligence.
Today's rendition of JAAM Talks.
Thank you guys for all the comments, for all the love. Shout out to JAAM Talks. Shout out to Spotify family. But let's get into we don't really got to do what we banter already enough. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this shit, because I'm like, so many things happen.
Yeah.
So many things. A lot of news weeks sometimes are slow. This was not one of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even because, you know, the world's still burning, but it wasn't as much of that as it was just, you know, continuing that, and everyone in the culture decided to like get brain wiped. And it's like Will Smith popped up with the fucking flashlight.
Yeah, Men in Black shit.
And did that to like half the world.
And everybody just went.
Now we live
Then he
the
slapped Chris Rock, like just like that type of thing.
That was the shit right there when Chris Rock got slapped.
Yeah, it changed everything.
Everybody.
It inverted the timelines. Now we're in hell. It was quarantine, and it was the two great shifts, and now we're here.
The great,
and now we gotta talk about the third great shift.
Yeah,
the prior one.
the fucking let's talk about the Wildin' Out Event Horizon. Nick Cannon.
you gonna hide them baby mamas, ain't you?
It's incredible.
That nigga.
Yo, take us through it, bro. What's going on?
Oh my God.
This
Nick Cannon, bro.
No, Nick Cannon follows the podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He
follows you.
He either only follows me directly or he follows the podcast. So hopefully he will see what happens next.
Please. So, other day I'm scrolling on my phone, and all these media outlets keep posting, Nick Cannon says. What the fuck is they talking about?
Can't be good.
Can't be good. If everybody posting it, and it's I'm looking in the comments, everybody flaming this nigga. I'm like, all right, let's see what Nick Cannon and
that's
who the fuck is that again?
Amber Rose.
So you already know where this is headed.
How is she still in the media?
Well,
you already know where
I
this
have a
is headed.
sneaking suspicion. All right, let's play the
clip.
Party.
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal.
Yeah.
I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people.
Okay,
and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color.
That would have been
the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People
Nick.
don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to neither party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names. So
W.E.B. Du Bois was a socialist and also a sociologist, and also would not agree with the take that Republicans care about.
I haven't even I didn't know he said the Republicans freed the slaves.
And that right now, okay. I'm gonna put my fist
history lesson of
talk to us.
Welcome to the history lesson.
Welcome to a history lesson of hell.
Ivey the artist and the JAAM. Okay, so we're gonna start at level one.
Level one, Ivey. Take us through it, bro.
The Democratic Party was founded in 1828. The Republican Party dates back to 1854. That's level one.
Level one. So that means the Democratic Party started before the Republican Party. Take that into context when we continue to going. Through all the dumb niggas. We gotta walk them through.
We gotta walk them down.
At this point, we're talking 1828. The Democratic Party is founded, I believe, around Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
Who was Southern Democrat. He also was a big war general in the Mexican
Trail of Tears,
War.
nigga. You know, buddy.
And then I think,
on your $20 bill.
The Republican Party was the Jeffersonian shit.
Or that they didn't exist.
Or that was the Democratic Republican.
They at one point when the country was first founded, it was just the Democratic Republicans and then the Federalists or some shit. And the parties switch over time. They meld over time. But around the 1820s, the Democratic Party pops in. I think the other one was the Whigs or some shit.
Yeah. It was some wild shit.
And then around the 1854 is a very special year because that's 6 years before the beginning of the Civil War. And that's how the Republicans come in play.
Okay. So now that we have that in the little context, right?
Yes.
Many of the Republicans were in the North.
Yes.
Yes.
meaning a lot of them were like abolitionists. They didn't want the slavery and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the Democrats were in the South, and they wanted to keep the slaves. They wanted to keep picking cotton and shit.
You know who the one of the most prominent Republicans around this time was? Abraham fucking Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. So
take us through it. Take us through it.
So after the Civil War, you know what I'm saying? Everybody fighting everything. Niggas want the slave to be free. Other slave. It was like the radical Republicans that wanted the slaves freed and civil rights and shit like that. But the moderate ones, which was Abraham.
Like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
They wasn't agreeing with that.
Hell
shit.
no.
They wanted containment. They just didn't want slavery to expand into the new states that would join the United States.
Right.
So they didn't want necessarily for the Democrats to completely give up using slavery because that Southern economy, they were planting crops. It was fueling part of the nation. So, but they did not want to keep expanding it. And that was where the big flashpoint was. People like Abraham Lincoln wrote about how he didn't like slavery, but he wanted to save the Union. And if he could do it without freeing slaves, he would have did that. It just so happened that y'all niggas was ready to die about this shit. So as the war dragged on.
You was ready to die about having children born into slavery. Chattel slavery.
About having the Fugitive Slave Act, which was a big thing at this time, which allowed in the South to run up into the North and go track the slaves down if they escaped. Like,
and wait a minute, who's the parties again? Where are we at, AB?
The Democrats in the South.
Democrats are the ones that are gonna die about this shit. Slavery.
Republicans want them freed.
Okay.
Like Nick Cannon said.
Just like he said. Take us through it. Continue.
After the war, you know, the North started benefiting a little bit more. They started getting a little bit more bread. They said, hold on. Started getting into politics. He's like, you know what? I think we helped these black people a little bit too much. I think we're done. What do you mean? Do you think you're... Okay.
Reconstruction era?
Reconstruction era of hell and purgatory. So during that whole time, though, they ratified or whatever they did to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment.
Had to twist the South's arm to get them to agree to those.
Exactly. Yep. So people in the North became wealthy after the Civil War, got into politics. I want to read this excerpt. I forgot the website, but it says, these new wealthy politicians did not see much sense in supporting the rights of black Americans when the nation, we're talking about Republicans. Right now.
We're still talking about Northern Republicans.
These new wealthy politicians did not see much sense in supporting the rights of black Americans when the nation was still largely white. By the 1870s, many in the Republican Party felt as if they had done enough for black citizens and stopped all efforts to reform the Southern states.
Because remember, right after the South lost the Civil War, the Union and Ulysses S. Grant and them deployed all them troops in the South to make sure black people had voting rights and couldn't just get lynched by the KKK. And the KKK began receding during the 1870s. They was getting packed up by federal fucking troops stationed in the South. And then they struck a deal during like an election in the 1870s, and they was like, all right, we're going to take these troops back out before Reconstruction was finished. So the South did what it naturally did. It said, all right, we about to get these niggas back up out of here.
Continue.
So then, years pass. And we get to the Great Depression. Oh, shit.
Niggas broke.
The strategy the Republicans at the time were doing was helping when the economy was good. When the economy went to shit, it didn't work no more.
It was not working.
And the president, I believe, at the time was Herbert Hoover.
Yes. Republican.
He said, you know what? We not finna do no shit about this damn depression, gang.
We not about to uplift the people. We not about to bail y'all out. We not about to create the FDIC, which now makes sure you can't run out of money.
Run out of money. 250,000. That shit that you be seeing when you walk into the bank. That's what the FDIC is.
Yeah, and that was created.
And then Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Shout out.
What was it? The New Deal, the Green New Deal.
Yes, the New Deal.
He's a Democrat, by the way. He did not align with the fuck niggas.
The Southern niggas. So keep in mind, FDR is a nigga from New York, and he's wealthy. And his entire political model during this time was the Republicans just folded. They didn't want to bail out the people. They didn't want to support them during this Great Depression. Let me create a bunch of federal programs to make sure niggas get lifted out of poverty, because everyone's going into poverty right now.
What was that party, JJ?
He was a Democrat. And he got elected 4 times after that.
And the Republicans did not fuck with him.
No, they didn't.
The ones that saved the black people. They
freed the slaves, Nick Cannon.
They didn't fuck with that at all.
They didn't want to bring out niggas out of poverty.
So that's where you see the switch and shit happen.
So you have one party who, after Reconstruction, said, this civil rights shit ain't really that much more important. Let's compromise and let's stop doing Reconstruction. Then you have another party that said, well, there's a lot of votes we could pick up if we do these job programs, and niggas don't have money right now. So let's just do these programs. Now, as a black person in the 40s, you got Party of Lincoln that hasn't cared about niggas and traded it for business interests 30 years ago.
Since the emancipation.
And the new nigga on the Democratic Party who, there might be a lot of race people over there, but these the only talking about like civil rights now, and as Americans we gotta have money in our pocket and we gotta uplift people. And sure, FDR was still racist.
Yeah.
But that's why black people began shifting during this time, because the economic policies of the Democratic Party started benefiting them.
So then, what you about to say?
I say, even they say like they freed the slaves, nigga. What life did they live after that?
Like what?
Nigga, if you walk on a fucking train, what was it? It was like
walk on a train station.
Nigga, you're done for.
You're done.
You couldn't get
you
jobs.
wink at a white woman.
You couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
What do you mean you freed the slaves?
Exactly. So he comes in, he does the Green New Deal. He's switching
the New Deal.
The New Deal. He's switching the shit up. But then afterwards, we have the Civil Rights era.
Yeah.
Who's
I was gonna say
in.
The civil rights era is very important because in the 50s, so the economic stuff was the shit that happened first. In the 30s and 40s, black people are like, yo, okay, we might not be poor if we vote for these niggas. The social shit is what happened in the 50s and 60s because neither of the parties wanted to really touch civil rights, black people, brown people, all the racist shit they was doing in America. Until I think it was Eisenhower and them started talking about desegregating the military. This is pissing a lot of them same Southern Democrats that like the slavery off. So during the 60s, you literally saw, you go back and look at the fucking electoral maps, the Southern states split off and did not vote for the Democratic Party in the presidential elections and all throughout this fight for like the Civil Rights Acts. They voted for this one. He was like segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. He was some he was. There's a viral clip of this nigga saying that he was like one of the like most racist Southern. They called them the Dixiecrats.
Oh
The Dixiecrats
were the Dixie.
The Dixiecrats form in the 50s and 60s because half the parties like we should desegregate the military and continue the FDR thing and care for people, and the other half is like fuck them. So they like, we don't fuck with the Democrats no more. So they voted for their states' rights over even the Democratic nominee. And then we get into...
And now you see more of the separation. Now the same people that did not like FDR, the same niggas that don't like the other people going with the civil rights shit.
They said, we need a party.
We need somebody to represent us.
Somebody to represent us.
And then...
Here comes
them Republicans.
Here comes Richard Nixon.
Here comes Richard Nixon.
Them Republicans,
and Ronald
man.
Reagan in the 70s and 80s with what's called the Southern Strategy. You want to know what the Southern Strategy was? We're not going to say you be in segregation anymore, but we're going to say you can't force my state to desegregate these schools because that's abridging my state's right. States' right to do what? Stop Ruby Bridges from sitting in the classroom with Billy Nem? What scientific reason could you ever have for stopping Ruby Bridges from sitting in the classroom?
You know what it is,
Billy
bro?
Nem?
We freed y'all, but at the same time, let's put crack in y'all neighborhoods.
We freed the slaves.
Hold on. What party is Ronald Reagan again?
Republican.
Oh shit.
So now you have this block of people in the 60s and 70s in the South.
Care about the black.
What?
The Republicans care about the black people.
But the Republicans care about the black people when they freed the slaves. But in the 60s and 70s, when there was this group of white, disaffected Southerners who felt like neither party was representing their viewpoint because none of them wanted to be like, fuck the anymore, fully. They split off, and then these white people, Reagan and Nixon, came in and said, we can get those votes.
We can get those votes.
We
need those people.
We need those votes. Because, A, if we do the right thing, we could take the South from the Democrats.
And what happened?
They rolled out the welfare queens, strawman and stigmatizing black people. They rolled out the crack in the communities. But these niggas is doing all this crack. This is why we got to disrupt their communities. They're spying on civil rights leaders. They admitted as much.
They
killed civil rights
too.
leaders. They doing fucking with the Iran-Contra stuff where we're selling drugs and smuggling across borders to fight the communists halfway across the world.
Just paying off and starting up fucking cartels and shit.
Yes. Let's cut taxes for the wealthy. So all that money that the rich was forced to pay into these programs to help these government programs to lift up people out of poverty, they're now underfunded. Let's scale back on those. What evil niggas would make this the electoral strategy of a whole party?
The Democrats! They did it, bro. They did it, right?
Oh, no. The Democrats started off as the who like slavery, and you let them outflank you on social issues because you wanted electoral power? And now we're looking around with our thumb up our asses. Why don't the Republicans even like voting for niggas?
Oh.
I remember learning this shit when I was in school, and I know some of y'all might not have learned it, but like Nick Cannon and Amber Rose are multi-millionaires.
Yes. You have access to any book you want to.
You have access to any book, any person, nigga. You could talk to W.E. Du Bois' nephew.
You could read any other thing from W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah.
On the phone.
You got the phones.
And you choose ignorance.
You choose ignorance.
You choose ignorance.
Yeah.
You brought up W.E.B. Du Bois. The reason why W.E.B. Du Bois said, oh, it's just one big party with everyone sound woke when they say the one big party with it's not on one side or left or right.
Same bird.
The same bird. Different wings. Why would W.E.B. Du Bois say that?
First of all, what time period did this nigga grow up in?
First of all, this nigga grew up in the middle of Jim Crow fucking America in the 1910s and 1920s. Second of all,
1910.
Second of all, the reason why people on the left or people who are more sociologists or people like W.E.B. Du Bois say things like that is because neither of these parties stopped and said, yo, we have to champion the struggle for minorities generally and bring that equality actually out. Each one of these niggas stopped short of one thing because they don't want to piss off this rich person or the white people might be, or maybe we can't fully end slavery. It's nothing but half measures. So I can understand why, from like a historical perspective, you look at that and be like, the government ain't here to represent the common guy. It's just they trying to just please as many wealthy people as possible. Yeah. What they didn't say is, yes, W.E.B. Du Bois, that's the case. And that's why you should vote Republican. That's why you should vote for the chief niggas right now who are exploiting all
right now. Niggas. Now we're talking now. Now we're talking 2026.
Yeah. And let's not forget, some of these Democrat niggas do have that little tendency. We seen what you did with Mom Donnie. We're not stupid.
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, establishment Democrats are still here.
Yes.
But
alive
when you
and
look
well.
at the overall thing, what are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What's the narrative that you're creating by saying, oh, you know, the Democrats is the one that or the Democrats is the one that had slaves and the Republicans really freed the slaves? What's the meaning of that when we're living in a time period right now where the Republicans are fucking children?
Yeah. I like how Nick Cannon opened up. Like
what the
Nick Cannon opened it up with saying, because she had said what she had said. And then she was like, oh, that's very Kanye of you. And then he brought up the thing of like, oh, I can tell you getting that money and you hanging out with the elite.
Because you know like, what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
But you're trying to stay on a good side or something.
Yeah. But you can't put the foot down. My thing is, I'm like, and the reason why this is so the reason why this is so like insidious and dumb is because it's literally like new nigga who's never researched politics or doesn't know a goddamn thing about history gets presented with some out of context information. And then they make that their entire identity. And the fact that they agreed on that point, that's exactly some shit that Amber Rose would do.
Yep.
Because they're under the assumption, when you say this talking point, the Democrats was the real ones that owned slavery. It makes them feel special and mighty because in their mind, they actually broke the matrix, actually got off the Democratic plantation. Because look, they the ones who had slaves 150 years ago, even though all the white people that are in the Republican Party right now, all minimize the effect of slavery. Yeah. I don't understand why we pick and choose in this way, but it makes you sound like you smart and you know something. When devoid of context, you're telling me that the better option for black people right now is the niggas who saw all the racism and was like, yeah, we could make ourselves racist to pitch ourselves to them.
That's ridiculous.
And win all these votes in the South. If you don't know that, then it's really easy to hear the one factoid of it wasn't always like this. But no, newsflash, no American political party has ever always been one goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Because people have never only been one goddamn thing.
So now tell me, who's more akin to the slave owner of today? The ones who might be a little racist because they don't fully grasp the impact of privatizing some companies sometimes, but still come out and be like, yeah, gay people are valid and black people are valid and brown people are valid. or the niggas who are actively trying to pursue an economic model where you get paid as little money as possible while providing them the most wealth as possible. What does that sound like? It sounds like slavery. That's the same niggas right now who want to automate your job away just because it will make them a little extra dollars are the same niggas you're telling me I'm supposed to be standing against because they like slavery before then. That's exactly what exploitation is. Slavery was a model where you work and get no fucking pay.
Yeah. The same
you can see where the forces have shifted to.
The same that own them privatized prisons are backing who right now?
Not AOC.
Not AOC.
Not AOC.
Gavin Newsom, a dickhead ass. They not backing that.
They're not even back. At least they want to do it with some candor. They can't even be seen in public doing that shit.
You think Nick Cannon live in Arkansas because he love the Republicans so much? You think Amber Rose live in Arkansas because they love the Republicans so much? Fuck no.
Nope.
Cali. Shut your dumb ass up.
The biggest blue state. I want to actually show the rest of that video because I don't think that was the rest of the video. He was saying some other nut shit in there.
Okay.
I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names. So
yeah, I mean, look, I listen. I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options, and he was definitely by far the better option for us. And as of now, I agree with a lot of things that he's doing.
Cleaning house.
Yeah.
But he doing what he said he was going to do.
Guess what? If there's a time where I don't agree, I'll say I don't agree.
Yeah. We got the Gulf of America now.
Period.
You charging, he's like the club. You charging a $5 million bottle service fee to get into the country.
I know. Listen. But guess what?
Turn this shit off. I'm not finna
turn this shit off. Y'all are y'all are just ignorant.
You just sucking dick.
Y'all are just suck because you can't you went from I'm not married to a party. I voted for Trump.
That's
definitely the best one Trump does, but he might do something that I might not agree. Why are you
that nigga cleaning house, gang?
Why are you trying to sound logical? Why are you trying to sound fair?
If he does something that I just trust me, I'll make the call and I'll be objective and I'll disagree.
Like fuck kids.
You're gonna make the
Nick Cannon like kids. Like kids.
They fuck with Trump.
Like kids. He done did that shit.
We know that. We know that now.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say you didn't know that in 2016. We know that now. He was fucking kids. We know that we just bombed a girls' school of 170 people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cleaning house though.
We know we're actively doing a war that's illegal. We're selling weapons to Israel illegally by our own laws because of how many human rights violations.
Y'all want to know where?
By the way.
My fault. I ain't know this about you, Nick Cannon. My fault. I didn't know Nick Cannon hated the immigrants so much. He cleaned the house. He was born in San Diego.
San Diego. You cleaning house. By the way, the most corrupt who's making billions off crypto right now as president, who got a Qatar jet gifted to the and then blew up Qatar anyway, is cleaning house he said he was gonna do.
You was born in San Diego. You was born out the womb. That's America. Yeah. San Diego.
My thing is, I just don't understand this whole he's the main character cleaning house like he said he would. Drain the swamp. This the same nigga who had the ExxonMobil CEO in his first administration and had every big app company in his second administration. Draining the swamp. Better for us. Better for who, Amber Rose?
Better for who, Nick Cannon? You?
Who's us?
Because y'all niggas don't gotta pay no money. I was saying it's not getting taxed.
Bro, being ignorant, like provocative does not mean it's like truth. Like I feel like these niggas be seeing like Trump be saying the craziest shit. And we're like, we ain't never had someone
he's funny
speaking truth. And that's why you laugh and you like, oh, I fuck with Trump. So like that ignorance and the shit you're saying, you don't even know, like you can tell, like they don't even know what they're talking about.
No,
they don't even know what's happening. They couldn't even tell you why this war started.
They're considering.
They literally ask them anything. Even what Amber Rose just said, oh, he was much better than Kanye. If we sat here on this couch and asked her how, you couldn't answer the question.
Answer it.
You sound like every other Trump supporter that is from Kankakee.
Yes. You sound like a bot, nigga.
Yeah.
You sound like a bot.
Some bot ass shit.
You a MAGA bot.
Because you you've made, you think that being MAGA is counterculture because the black people in your life don't like that you're MAGA, so you think you must be right because people are telling you that you're wrong.
That's why niggas wasn't fucking with you, bro.
I just don't like it's just this faux intellectualism bullshit where it's like, yo, for the sake of they don't like me saying this shit, we're about to say a bunch of shit out my neck that I have no idea about, bro.
What the fuck I'm talking?
This is a rich white who is like under multiple reports of being a pedophile, and you're saying that this is crusading anything for us, cleaning house on anything, covering up for the pedophile, he's cleaning house. You're not saying things that are even tracking up with the day-to-day updates on this same nigga. And I'm supposed to believe that you have a good grasp on the history of the political parties too. To justify.
Both y'all have so much goddamn money, y'all don't even have a grasp on
just airhead.
On what reality y'all get to sit in that car and y'all have the privilege to say some dumb shit like Republicans freed the slaves.
Yeah.
Y'all have the privilege to say I fuck with Trump.
Yeah.
Or all this thing is screaming privilege that your average day-to-day working class citizen does not have.
How do I have privilege, gang? On the base level, you're getting tax cuts for being a rich because of this in office.
Because he's in office. That's why you like him so much, especially Nick Cannon.
You ain't never made this much money on your dollar in your life.
Yep.
Your million is not getting reduced to $500K, bro. Your million is...
You're being publicly abused by these niggas.
Bro.
And you know what
You're
it is?
Used.
Is that Trump's such a narcissist that all you have to do is say a name in a sweet light and these
don't worry, Nick gonna be in the White House
I'm sure Amber Rose is being taken care of. I'm sure of that. They trying to sue for like filming protests. They trying to sue black people. They was trying to sue black people, arrest these black people in the church because they had a protest among themselves. And none of these who said that he's best for us stood up and was like, black people rights could be taken away. What is crazy that you niggas know about Rodney King. And I hadn't seen not one of you niggas stand up and say it's crazy that they violating black people's rights to record shit. You know the police be murking. Yeah. And I don't see none of you standing up saying black people should be able to at least record. Because once they start trying to throw you in jail for recording, they could just do anything. You know, they already... I would hope that two black who made money and made profits in black commercial industries would know at least that. We
like
sitting in the truck talking about... We sitting in the truck... We talking in the truck talking about the main niggas who find a justification every time a nigga end up dead are the ones who actually care about us.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you for that.
You think Trump was thinking about his party freeing the slaves when he called Obama and Michelle Obama
a monkey?
You think that any of these thought about their past about freeing the slaves this entire year?
Who was he aligned with when he said that, gang?
Who was he aligned with when he said? Did they miss that? They must have missed that shit.
Oh, they must have missed that. Oh, yeah, I went
through Charlie Kirk birther situation.
Charlie Kirk before he got blasted was saying that black women are low IQ.
Amber Rose.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, Supreme Court Justice, more smarter than any of these niggas combined in one pinky. And these niggas getting off saying she only got that spot because she was a black woman. Wow. Amber Rose, who's an ambiguous black woman when she ready, sitting in the car talking about these the real people for
when she ready.
When
she's ready. Because you started off that way.
You did.
That's how you got
Stop
famous.
acting like you don't want to go to that slut walk.
And it's so funny.
Fucking dirt.
That's so funny. They don't even like the people that you dick riding to represent and you in rooms with. They don't even like represent. They don't even like acknowledge your existence.
They look at you like you that black, nigga.
Yeah.
You're an exotic animal to them.
Yeah.
Because that's all
they look at you like Lil Wayne, gang.
And you're dumb as fuck, bro. You got a fucking tattoo on your forehead, bro. These niggas are laughing in your fucking face.
You have a mental fucking illness. You like your ex nigga Kanye. Y'all both fucking crazy.
Yeah, both fucking crazy.
After all this shit is said and done, it's gonna be a boatload of people, you know. I just wanna give my life up to Jesus. I don't know what I was talking about.
Y'all think that's gonna save you?
That's not gonna save.
We're gonna get
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get into all that. I was gonna talk more about like the liberation piece because here's my thing. Here's the thing to wrap it up. I like that the nigga brought up W.E.B. Du Bois because if you actually ask what's like the key for us, it's the key for liberation for black people. I do agree, Nick Cannon. It's not the Democratic Party.
God. It's
not the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party doesn't go far enough. Mm-hmm. That's the main reason why niggas like W.E.B. Du Bois exists. Is the reason why like Fred Hampton exists. And the reason why all these pro-black niggas like the Farrakhan's of the world or the Marcus Garveys of the world that you are ready to trot out there like fucking mascots when y'all are ready. Mm. The reason why them niggas have the takes that they do, even Malcolm, you know, they bring the Malcolm quote where they're like, the white liberal is more dangerous because you can see the teeth and the fangs of the wolf, but the white liberal will be the fox and he'll really get you. And I remember I
work
made
at Amazon.
Mind you.
You do Uber for side hustle.
Mind you. And this nigga Malcolm X is not the type of who was, you know what the real answer is. Let's go with the white racist niggas so you can see their teeth. No, his answer was, all you have it fucked because none of you are standing on liberation and the actual, like, easing the conditions of black people. He also talked about how, like, if you stab a nigga in the back 6 inches, you pull a knife out 3, you didn't heal me, you haven't even begun. I'm still injured.
Still
nigga.
injured.
Shit not even
Knife
in the
still in my back.
And it's like white people won't even acknowledge there's a knife there. That's that these who like Republicans will tell you, listen to Malcolm X when he said that. And devoid the whole context of you're even closer to the massa than even your most cringy white liberal.
Yep.
Because we need to let go of this binary where we think the way to handle the problems for black community is either the half measures of a fucking Gavin Newsom or the noose of a Donald Trump. That's not the answer, and it never has been for niggas. And that's where the work that we're doing actually makes a lot more sense than sitting in a shitty ass lifted Chevy saying bullshit that you heard for the first time through an AI Google search.
While a cyber
In the same way as like, in the same way as like you come to this country, you gotta take a citizen test. I genuinely think niggas need to take a test to like spread opinion.
Most
like,
Americans would fail that test.
Don't need to like have an opinion at all.
Most Americans would fail their own citizenship test.
Yeah, you do. You
No,
don't actually
real.
They be snatching up niggas.
No.
Yes.
Nigga, I would have failed it. I was seeing the question. Holy shit!
Most
I didn't even know
citizens
it.
will fail their citizen test and then be like, "Oh yeah, Trump clean house. He getting rid of all these." Fuck out of here.
Literacy
bro.
rate in
Fuck
hell.
outta here,
In
bro.
hell.
Can't even pass our own
bro.
citizenship test, and you niggas think that he's fighting for you. Let's talk a little bit about what we're fighting for, and what the response has been. So let's talk a little bit about the Democratic plantation and what the actual power dynamics are here.
Yeah.
Because the Republicans are not your fucking answer. What's going on here is that the Democrats have been caught off guard by something. They've been caught off guard by the fact that history and the impacts of policy does not wait for it to be profitable.
They wouldn't even be off guard if they fucking listened anyway. But
Ever since the Bill Clinton era, which let's talk a little bit more about history, how the political parties developed, Bill Clinton popularized this kind of theory called third way, which we're going to talk about them bitch ass who are a
Third
think
way.
tank right now, which was pretty much the Republicans spent the 90s and the 80s hammering the Democrats about how they're soft on crime. They really don't give a fuck. They don't want to keep America. So what did the ass Democrats do? You elect Bill Clinton, who's a Southern Democrat, one of them vintage ones. So maybe he'll pick up that region. He won, I think he's from Arkansas. And I think he won Arkansas when he ran for president because it's very rare for the nigga to lose the state that you're from. So you get Bill Clinton, who's a Southern Democrat, but he played a saxophone and he's younger and he could really be the liberal champion. So he won, and then that entered the era of the Democratic third way, where we're voiding the union rights that niggas was standing on. The New Deal era type politics was like the government should be helping if XYZ. Let's crack down on the banks. Let's say fuck all that. And let's do this more neoliberal approach where we let the rich niggas get the money, but we also, still kind of be a little bit woke on social issues. And you don't go too far to piss them off. You got to do both sides. So let's pass the crime bill. We're not weak on crime, you see? Let's do all these death penalty expansions and shit. Is this actually conducive to success or fixing the problems?
Hell.
No, it's accepting the framing of the racist white Republican niggas who just want to put niggas back in the chains again.
Yeah, it's just loopholes. It's just loopholes. To just
so let's do
be
political masterclass and couch this same bullshit in as many flowery languages as possible so that we can have the representation of like Barack Obama, but not the class-based politics that would lift up many other Barack Obamas.
Yeah.
And we saw that era of the Democratic Party from the 90s up until right fucking now.
Yeah.
And hence why these caught off guard. Because now you can't placate the middle anymore. You can't Bill Clinton your way through when these niggas talking about put him in alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, exactly.
Hang the Negroes. Muslims shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, all types of shit.
That's why you don't third way yourself.
It's a different world
gang.
we live
Because
in now,
third
man.
way has never been a third way. It's just been what the Republicans want, but a little bit slower and a little less mean.
Yeah, literally.
That's not no alternative to what's going on. It's not an actual third
You
way.
put in a position where like you just have no choice.
Yes, now you have no choice because if the moneyed interest is choosing between Republican who just gonna do it and diet Republican who might give me a little less bread, I'm gonna just go with the Republicans and just say fuck it and then hide behind my bread. I don't care about the social consequences.
Bro.
That's why you have
Democrats can't even ask for anything.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas are trapped in y'all own house.
yeah,
Literally.
So with that being said, that gives a lot more of a reasonable like explanation as to why so many people are disappointed with the Democrats all the time, because they can't even go as far as they used to go in the past because they don't want to piss off the next corporation, which was the Democratic Third Way. Now we look at the impacts of the Trump administration and the second time around, how crazy it's getting, and the Democrats can't do shit and they're not standing together on shit and everyone's disappointed. Then I see Cuba, and this is why like this actually matters, because we are fighting this battle in the Democratic Party to provide an actual third way that allows us to have an answer when Trump and them and these fascists start popping off around the globe.
Yeah.
Cuba is example number one. The Democrats and the Democratic Party in general has done so much dodging around Cuba because socialism.
Yeah.
And if you are not willing to buck the capitalism thing, which is at minimum what the Democrats back in the 40s were at least willing to do, because they said, fuck how much money the bank's making, nigga, it's 25% unemployment. Get like, these niggas off the road now.
Oh my God.
That's what they said. And if you can never put that foot down and you want to let these run rampant, they will do exactly that, is run rampant. So it's no shocker that we've invaded countries. We fucking colonized Hawaii over fucking banana companies. Yeah. We have a track record in this country of having our military go into a country and do some shit
and
just to protect the profits or open up possibility for profits and markets for American companies.
Yeah.
Cuba is one of them ones who was not going for that. That was the
wasn't clearing that shit.
That was the Fidel Castros and them. And since them niggas back in the 50s and 60s, we was trying to invade them and topple them. JFK's biggest embarrassment as a president was the failed Bay of Pigs invasion, which is they was about to do an air invasion and they trained like militia groups in Cuba to rise up and overthrow the communists in Cuba. That shit did not work.
Did not fucking work.
They didn't even establish like no air superiority. It was bad. They had to pull out, and that nigga was embarrassed for that. Because since they've been in our hemisphere, we've determined that anything that they gonna do is gonna benefit us. And when they haven't been listening, we placed them under crippling sanctions for the last however many years. Sanctions that are so bad over the last few decades that like Americans can't even go to Cuba and do what they want. Like you can't move around in Cuba. There's only a certain amount of hotels you can stay at, which we'll come back to that because these niggas tried to flame people for going and staying at nice hotels. You're only allowed to stay at shit on an American approved short list because we legit have placed so many regulations on their economy that's like y'all will not be able to function without our aiding it. So when we went and took Maduro,
shout out my nigga in the tech.
That nigga in the tech in the jail. And what happened was Venezuela lost all of its ability to export oil to Cuba. Cuba's an island nation. They don't got none of their own shit like that. So they really relied on Venezuela.
Yeah.
We cut that off.
And what happens to Cuba then?
Over the last few weeks, as Cuba got their oil cut off, that means they don't have any electricity.
Fucking blackout.
It's been blackouts. It's been people dying in hospitals.
People dying in the ICU. Bro,
people not getting food. And
they said they was keeping babies alive like on ventilators, like by hand, manually.
Yes. Yeah. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And this is expanding Trump's war. He's been bombing boats in the Caribbean for a minute now. He took Venezuela because the oil. He wanted to get the companies in there. Now he's squeezing out Cuba. Mind you, Cuba's a nation that, even though it's an island nation, they had like a 90%. They had a higher literacy rate than we did by fucking miles. And they had higher life expectancy than we did because their public healthcare system was like better outcome basis than even ours. Little nation, but they have public healthcare.
Is what they be saying about them.
Yeah. So we start strangling Cuba for our own economic gain to dominate these countries in the region and take their oil. People start dying. People on the internet get upset about it. People want to go and break the siege and deliver aid to Cuba. One of those people was Hasan Piker, along with a bunch of other foreign dignitaries, a bunch of other creators that I know that I'm mutuals with. They all got on these ships and they went to go try to break the siege. And let's just hear what Hasan reports he seen when he went there.
What's up, guys? This is Hasan Piker. Just got back from Cuba. I saw firsthand the struggles of the Cuban population on the island because it's going through a massive energy crisis.
What is the U.S. doing to Cuba?
Donald Trump came out and openly implemented a total blockade of oil.
Cuba's in its last moments of life.
Whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth?
So they're starving the hospitals. They're starving the entire energy grid. There's around 10 million people living on this Caribbean island, and there are rolling blackouts. Food is spoiling. Sometimes there's no running water. I mean, it's an absolute devastating situation that is totally man-made as a consequence of the American blockade. It's unbelievably cruel.
What does this mean for Cuba's healthcare system?
One of the things that was so shocking was if the electricity grid fails, you have to wait for the generators to turn on. There's like a 5-minute window. Talking to some of these doctors, and they were saying that, you know, they have to hand pump the ventilators that children are on for the 5-minute period until the generators kick in. And sometimes the generators also run out of fuel. And when that happens, a surgeon that we were talking to basically said, look, we just sew up the patient and we try again afterwards. There are a lot of problems because people are suffering. People aren't making enough money to purchase food, for example. When that happens, there is a lot of black market stuff going on. People are just like trying to do whatever they can to survive, right? But also there's a lot of solidarity as well, a lot of sharing, a lot of taking care of one another. One thing that I saw that was fascinating is people are always giving each other rides, you know? The thing that shook me, aside from the cruelty of American policy and the invisibility of it all and how little Americans know about what we are doing to this island, is the fact that there is so much potential. There's a lot of emphasis on education in Cuba, a lot of emphasis on providing healthcare. It's a big part of the social contract, increasing its literacy rate to 88%, which is higher than the United States of America, having a higher life expectancy than the United States of America. Like, all of this happened in spite of American intervention, which left me wondering, what would Cuba look like if we didn't do all of this?
That is the burning question of everything. Is that, like, this whole Monroe Doctrine shit, and these people will say, like, oh, don't you know that Cuba was an authoritarian regime? Don't you know that the people was suffering? The fact that they still trot out that line for situations like this assumes that America's moral compass is, like, straight. Nope. We just found out that everyone in our government is, like, okaying a pedophile ring. Well, how am I supposed to believe, in the same way that maybe you could get away with 10 years ago, that our intervention in these countries is based on some moral stance for upholding human rights? It can't be that if y'all don't even literally uphold human rights in your actual actions, which we've seen through the Epstein files. Mm-hmm. So it has to be for other reasons. Yeah, it's for political domination. It's for economic control. Yeah, for nothing other than these people have an ideology on this island that took hold that's different from ours. Mm-hmm. And through that, and because of that, we will put them through hell. And like Hasan said, what happens in these countries if we didn't do that? If they didn't have economic sanctions, if they were able to just get the money through trading how they trade, however they do it in Cuba with whatever resources in Cuba, and then just using that to reallocate to their people. Same question here. What would happen if we gave up that shit and focused on some of the shit that they do, like their literacy rate? Yeah. There's all burning questions that we have a lot of interest in this country that don't want you to know the answer to that, but we know it's probably just better standards of living for people. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was so confused by this shit, because I'm like, he got a lot of shit for going there.
They did this nigga greed.
They give this nigga shit.
You would have thought this nigga Hasan bombed Cuba.
Yeah,
bro. They was on this nigga.
I'm hearing that there was like Fox News articles coming out about how this champagne socialist, because he had some like Cartier glasses on.
Jesus.
These niggas are all rich as fuck.
Y'all niggas.
Everybody on Fox News rich as fuck. Everybody in the White House rich as shit. They having crabs and
insider trading
shit
right now.
Mar-a-Lago. Insider trading. Nigga, Nancy Pelosi insider trade.
That's the thing that I hate about these niggas, because it's like, bro, when people advocate for social issues, you think they're just supposed to be butt ass naked, nothing.
Yeah, and you think a nigga supposed to be in a loincloth or some shit.
Yeah, and that's literally nothing but propaganda.
But Jaden Ivy can make his though.
But no, yeah, it's literally nothing but propaganda, because newsflash, the amount of money that you have personally has nothing to do with the broader system of like America terrorizing a country.
Yeah, literally.
But they'll throw it out as ooh, see, the people in Cuba are poor, but I'm not going to tell you why they're poor. And look at Hasan, got some expensive on. They stayed at nice hotels, not knowing that that's all they could do. So, like, it's a lot more complicated, but they specifically leave out nuanced pieces of that, and they were frying all these niggas for going to this aid, even though they delivered aid to people. People down there was able to get, like, medical supplies and all type of shit, right? They accomplished the goal. And they came back. Some of the people who went were detained, you know, and they started doing the media circuit. So this was, like, maybe a couple weeks ago. That was my first instance. And now I'm like, I didn't want to dedicate a whole dig to just that, because I'm like, I don't want to, like, we fuck with Hasan. Hasan's a friend of the show, obviously. I don't clear every single goddamn thing that nigga says, but, like, I didn't feel like it was a whole, I gotta make a thing about Hasan now because blah, blah, blah. Until these, like, kept going. That was just like, I'm like, I expected to get some flack from going to Cuba. You know, they gonna hit you with the Cuba communist, and even though I don't even want to do your due diligence explain to you what those words mean. But I expected that. Then, like, it got real fucking wicked because Hasan has been traveling around. Obviously, we've linked up with him for content a couple times. He's been having conversations with politicians. He's set to go to Michigan and have a rally with Abdul Al-Sayed, who's running for Senate in Michigan. He's probably the most progressive candidate in that race. He was one of the OGs who wrote, like, Medicare for All. Yeah. I think he did campaign chair for, like, Bernie Sanders before, like, all that shit. And they announced that they gonna have this rally there at Michigan State and like University of Michigan, I think. And then the Democratic Party starts losing their shit. I'm seeing, like, article on top of article being posted about the Democrats need to distance themselves from Hasan Piker. Why Hasan Piker is dangerous because he said XYZ, controversial. He said shit that's even
losing
bigoted.
Their fucking mind.
CNN.
You already know they got bought out.
CNN.
Like, what's the name?
CNN goes and runs a story about Hasan Piker. We like, the boy who represents the viewpoints of, unironically, a lot of young people. Even in his most extreme, these niggas will talk about what he said about 9/11. Like, the broader point wasn't that American foreign policy during the 90s.
But when that happens again, after
created the conditions for 9/11.
But when that happens again after this Iran war,
that nobody
and
wanted.
let's just say I get on, I'm like, well, I mean, the U.S. kind of deserved that shit because, you know, the shit that they've been doing with Iran.
Watch.
Oh, fuck. What did you just say? Nah, gang.
We just bombed a school of 175, like, little girls dead.
Yes.
Nigga, yes, the U.S. deserved 9/11. And if you disagree with that, you haven't done enough research.
You haven't done enough research.
How many people do we kill every day in these conflicts since 9/11?
Since 9/11. 9/11 lost,
and that,
I think we lost,
also,
what, like 3,000 people?
It was like 3,000 people that died.
Yeah.
Some 3,000 people that died in 9/11.
And that
How
also,
many people you think
that
died
also
in
means
Iran
that,
already?
like, yeah, that also means that, like, the motherfuckers that died in 9/11 deserve to die. No, that's not what we're saying.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to know unprompted wars of aggression and choice create civilian casualties.
Yeah. The same thing we're saying
and
is,
the
hey,
one time
do the people in 9/11 that died, do they care? Should we care more about them than the people that we have murked in Iran already?
If you say yes, the only reason why you have for yes is that they're American, those other people are brown.
That's racist.
That's why we
racist. Like, this is where we are.
That's why in order to have a principled anti-war stance, you should acknowledge that, hey, the more we do this, the more likely you are to create scenarios like 9/11 because you're killing these people, civilians, for whatever goal you have, and you're going to inspire somebody to want to kill our civilians for whatever goal they have.
Yeah.
That's why you have international law, so shit doesn't break down and become law of the jungle.
Literally.
But who's been violating international law at every turn? Us. And who's been genociding and doing a 9/11 every single day for the last couple years? Israel with our weapons. So when you try to make it a high horse, I can't dare believe someone like Hasan would even approach saying something like that. That's
contributing to a genocide.
As we're doing the cycle again, the Iraq war, shit again.
Yeah. Venezuela.
Let's see how CNN decides to cover Hasan.
Our politics lead now. Now, Hasan Piker might not be a household name, at least among adults, but ask your kids. His new role as a midterm surrogate for some Democrats is proof that his political influence is expanding far beyond the streaming platform Twitch, where he has taken up residence. He is, without question, an online influencer with nearly 3 million followers. His rise as a prominent voice on the left is now driving a wedge between Democrats, and for good reason. Hasan Piker's past and present is checkered with controversial, if not outrageous, if not bigoted comments like this one.
America deserved 9/11, dude. It. I'm saying it. We totally put it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
The ultra-Orthodox Jews leaving Israel, hilarious. Okay? If they serve in the military and then they get their untrained, inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, again, very funny.
You know, it's Hasan Piker calling Orthodox Jews inbred. Piker has also posted comments such as these, where he unequivocally sides with Hamas, calling them the lesser of two Israels compared to the lesser of two evils compared to the government of Israel. Piker has since apologized for his comments on 9/11, but he stood by the rest. He's accusing others of taking him out of context. In a Wall Street Journal op-ed, the leaders of the Democratic think tank Third Way write, quote, "Mr. Piker is anti-American, anti-women, anti-Western, and anti-Semitic. No Democrat should engage with him. All should seek to push him to the fringe where he belongs," unquote. Hasan Piker just recently become an issue in Michigan. It's home to a competitive three-way Democratic primary for governor. Dr. Abdul Al-Sayed, one of the three candidates, and a former CNN.
Outward bigoted.
Who that? What's that nigga name?
Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper. Say less.
Bigoted.
So
I'm about to call this nigga Jake Tapper some shit you ain't never heard before.
So mind you. So I love how the framing is meant to set up like, okay, look how even bigoted. I've seen people, Democratic politicians have made comparisons to Nick Fuentes.
I was gonna say, have they done a piece on Nick Fuentes like this?
Nope. They put him in one of the most powerful people in Chicago. That's what they did.
Nick Fuentes has not. No.
So I want you to understand something.
No.
I want you to understand something. So they're saying all this shit about Hasan. They say he's anti-woman, he's anti-Semitic, he's anti-Jew, and no one should be taking this seriously. And look at these statements. And then you see what they just did? They cited an opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal from Third Way.
Third Way. What's Third Way?
Third
JJ?
Way, which is funded by, this is according to Zeteo. Third Way, which is funded by billionaires and corporate interests, has been quite open about its broader goal and ongoing campaign to marginalize the left. We will be
marginalize the left.
We will be the chief opponent. This is a quote. We will be the chief opponent of the left in the 2028 Democratic presidential primary. The organization's president, John Cohen, recently pledged. Asked to define the kind of lefty candidates Third Way doesn't like, he pinpointed politicians who are for Medicare for all, the Green New Deal, abolishing ICE, and open borders. Cowen told the New York Times that Third Way will spend $30 million to $50 million towards this campaign over the next few years.
To stop, can you say the policies again?
To stop politicians who are for Medicare for all, the Green New Deal, abolishing ICE, open borders. Why?
Wow.
CNN just did an 8-minute hit piece on this nigga. Using a quote from JJ. Say it one more time.
The Wall Street Journal, an opinion piece from the people who founded Third Way.
An opinion.
An opinion piece.
An opinion of who?
An opinion
of billionaires.
Of a company, of a think tank funded by billionaires whose specific express purpose is to tank politicians who are for universal health care.
That supports everybody.
Abolishing ICE. A Green New Deal, which we just mentioned.
That supports everybody. And they said open borders. There has never been an open border. We don't have open borders.
Oh, so talk to me again. Can we talk again? You went on a rant earlier. Maybe 20 minutes earlier, you went on a rant about how Third Way is not actually Third Way.
No.
Tell me it one more time, Jaden. What is the policy these niggas? Because you gotta get it through your fucking head.
Yes.
What's the policies that they're fighting against, using $30 million to $50 million to fight against in the 2028
and they're
election?
saying, and they're using Hasan Piker as their flashpoint to get this off. Look at all the bad shit he said. But the niggas with the money are also against these things. The Green New Deal, Medicare for all, abolishing ICE. In a memo last year, Third Way advised Democrats to build a moderate democratic infrastructure, including media, talent pipelines, and communications networks, as it urged Dems to, quote, reduce far-left influence and infrastructure, neither of which meaningfully exists in U.S. politics.
I wonder who they backing right now.
So what does that sound like
who they backing right now.
Let's look at the fucking spectrum.
So
you got far left, you got far right. These niggas are saying reduce your far left. What fucking direction are we going in? What are we talking about?
It's a two-party system.
What are we talking about?
It's two sides of the same bird, right? So why is third way trying to make it one side of one bird? We're using as our objective category on how to determine how bad of a person Hasan Piker is an opinion piece from a billionaire-funded think tank that for some reason wants to spend millions of dollars to not get universal health care.
$30 to $50 million.
So
third way is no way, nigga.
So let's talk about this. What does this have to do with Cuba? Why is there not an opposition party in this country that can say the human rights violations going on in Cuba is horrible and we should be using American might to fix those? Because one of your two parties is operated by these people who are in the majority when it comes to the establishment, who are telling you that it's okay to spend $30 million to be against universal health care, something that Cuba has. We're wondering why there's so many inconsistencies about American foreign policy and how we can simultaneously be pedophiles but stand up for democracy but don't want democracy. That's why we try to overthrow the government on January 6th. Why is it? Because at the end of the day, what really matters is what's making these niggas money. They put the opinion in the opinion piece and aired it on CNN to get these niggas to make more money.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
This is 8 minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but this is
We're not going to watch
minutes.
the whole thing. Think about it. One of his biggest things, Hasan and Abdul, and they didn't really mention it too out loud here, but I'm pretty sure they get it into the article, is also Israel. These same billionaires that are funding all these things are all heavily pro-Israel and acting as though like it's not a genocide and XYZ. And this is, we just talked about Gavin Newsom. Mm-hmm. And then what happened? Discriminatory Israeli death penalty law could be a war crime, says UN rights chief. Volker Turk says bill which applies to Palestinians convicted of terror charges but not to Jewish extremists must be replaced. A new Israeli law that would allow the execution of Palestinians convicted on terror charges for deadly attacks but not Jewish extremists accused of similar crimes would constitute a war crime if enacted, according to one of the UN's most senior human rights officials. They were celebrating after they passed this law in Palestine that allows the death penalty for Palestinians in particular.
They had gold nooses on their suits.
That's definitionally, so we went from Gavin Newsom a couple weeks ago having that media appearance, getting away with being like it's not apartheid right now. That's definitionally apartheid. Imagine they said if black people get convicted of killing a white person in a terrorist attack, you get the death penalty.
Immediate
Other
death
way
penalty.
around, yeah.
No due process.
And by the way, this is court-martial. This is for military tribunal.
Keep in mind, they have videos out there right now of
Israeli people,
a boatload of Palestinian people running towards aid, and there's tanks firing at them.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up right here. Can we skip to like 3 minutes 50 inside this video? I just want to see when they try to combat, when they try to prove the anti-Semitism part with Hasan Piker, because they're saying that this guy's unabashedly anti-Semitic. He shouldn't be anywhere near the party. Abdul Al-Sayed, we looking at you sideways because you're even hosting a rally with this nigga. Let's look what they try to say. Mind you, I just told you that Israel passed a death penalty law for Palestinians.
Happens that Hasan Piker is aligned with a lot of Dr. Abdul Al-Sayed's views on healthcare, on taxing the rich and billionaires, etc. He is a Bernie, AOC, Zoran guy. But with that, he has a long reputation of saying all of the things you just played here. I was just talking to you before the segment. I mean, I think it is a risk for Abdul Al-Sayed to have him come into the state. It's an obvious risk, but he is grasping for votes in a crowded three-way primary in a state, Michigan, which you remember from 2024, both in the primary, the Democratic primary, and the general election, has a lot of Arab and Muslim voters outside of Detroit, in Dearborn Heights, and Democrats have been suffering there, and I think he's trying to grab onto them. He's doing rallies at Michigan State, so he's trying to go after young people. But one thing I do want to point out, Jake, that you said in the intro, that he's not a household name. The
they gonna fry this nigga about his clout,
which was launched to study young men by Democrats after 2024, polled Hasan Piker's name among young men. He's not well known at all. About half of young people don't know who he is. And then his favorable rating, he's -9%. He's underwater with faves. Only 20% of young men have a favorable opinion of Hasan Piker. And that's sort of why I say, is it worth the gamble to do this?
Interesting. And Joni, in that Wall Street Journal op-ed that I talked about, the think tank Third Way, they wrote, "We're all for a big tent, but the Democratic Party needs to draw a line in the sand. Hasan Piker and his fellow Jew haters belong on the other side." Donny O'Sullivan asked Piker to respond to critics who call him anti-Semitic. He quoted a few things that Piker had said, especially a Zionist dog or Zionist pig, or I think the actual quote was Zionist pig, dog,
and they say that's
here is Piker's
anti-Semitic.
response.
Zionist.
I've spent my entire professional media career and far beyond that combating anti-Semitism. I've been doxxed, swatted by neo-Nazis for my consistent advocacy against anti-Semitism. I just also happen to be an avowed anti-Zionist. I believe Zionism is a very racist ideology. It's an ethno-religious supremacist ideology, and it's the underpinning ideology that has caused the genocide of Palestinians in the hands of Israel and also the United States of America.
Jonah. There's a lot to unpack there. What's your response?
There's a lot to unpack.
What Piker does that a lot of people of his ilk do is they try to inoculate themselves against claims of Jew hatred by pointing it out in places that aren't them. He's been very clear pointing things out on the right. Oh, that's anti-Semitism. These are the tropes they use. And then he'll use the exact same tropes and just sub Jew for Israel, which is the place where all Jews collectively have a connection to, and is the homeland where more than 50% of Jews on planet Earth live. So it's not, you would never say Jews control the media, but Israel controls the media. And, you know, the Jews didn't pull us into the war with Iran and control the American government, but Israel does. And so he's able to sort of get away with some of this stuff in these subtle ways when really his impact is just as harmful as any out and out
harmful
anti-Semite.
To what?
Just he's got a different name and he comes from a different wing of politics.
Let me pause.
It's interesting.
Harmful to what?
Do you feel no shame?
No, harmful to what though? He says it's harmful to who?
To Jewish people. He's equally as bad as a Nazi or as a raging anti-Semite because he substitutes the word Jew with Israel. Jewish people didn't pull us into the war. Israel did. But Israel did.
That's what I'm saying. So harmful to who? Not Jewish people. Harmful to what? The fact that Israel is in there right now doing what to niggas? Genociding Palestinians.
And bombing.
Harmful to that ideology? Yes. That's the fucking point.
No, he's trying to say, he's equivocating between Nick Fuentes, a Nazi nigga, and Hasan Piker by just saying all of Hasan's criticisms aren't actually at Israel. They're at Jewish people. He's just lying and saying the word Israel. The country that just passed the death penalty. And you're saying, nah, it's not about Israel. It's about the Jewish people. He just used it as a placeholder. He's the same as a Nazi. That should be slander and libel. You should be sued for that.
You should be. That's why he was kind of tripping over his words. He didn't want to say too much. You already said a lot, bro.
And there are Jewish people in the creator space, in the progressive online politics space, who would look at this nigga and say, you are making Jewish people unsafe. You are categorically boxing in Jewish people with all of Israel and Israel's actions.
Who else lives there, gang?
Israel is
50, who else lives there?
Said Israel is 50% of all Jews on planet Earth. So what does that mean the other 50% is, gang? What the fuck are you talking about? The other 50% is scattered across the fucking earth. Nigga, Israel is actively committing a genocide, my nigga. Yeah. Then you,
So to try to use any statement of what the government of Israel is doing.
As if they're not doing anything.
And shade behind anti-Semitism to cover up all the fucking
As if they're not doing anything. JJ, what did they just pass again, gang?
They passed the death penalty for Palestinians that only applies to Palestinians.
Death penalty that only applies to Palestinians.
So what do you want me to do with that information? You're calling this nigga a Jew hater. And you're saying him and all his ilk need to be isolated from the Democratic Party. And we need to get rid of the left-wing infrastructure for this, in defense of this country that just passed the death penalty for one racial demographic.
I'm off it.
That it colonized.
There's Nazis.
I'm sorry.
There's Nazis. Yeah, bro.
The fact that you just said on national television and said, well, if you criticize Israel, you criticize the Jewish people because all Jewish people are tied to Israel. Yeah. You just said that all Jewish people are tied to and will be judged by the actions of far-right fascist niggas who are openly talking about how they want to genocide people.
Yeah.
I know a few Jewish people who don't want to be
associated with that shit.
That's more racist than anything you can say Hasan Piker
And then y'all sit here and also get mad at niggas when they be like, the Jews control everything, the Jews XYZ, and you say that's also anti-Semitism. You get to group them into this whole thing whenever you would like to, and then because of that, you got a lot of young niggas that are now grouping the Jews and making them everything, and now that's also anti-Semitic. Do you see why it's hard to actually combat the things that we're talking about? You want to actually combat anti-Semitism, you have to call out the genocide.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
You have to be consistent. There's videos of me back in the past being like calling out Candace Owens. I remember I got flamed in my comments because people was like, I don't know if I trust you now, JJ, because I was flaming her for being anti-Semitic. And then I made a follow-up video like, suck my dick, you don't trust me. She's talking about Jewish people drinking Christian baby blood. That's by definition an anti-Semitic stereotype and some brain dead shit. And she knows she does that because that's her whole wave in the black community, you know, tie everything to the Jewish people. All these people who were Nazis 1 second ago are all of a sudden trying to actually tie everything to Jewish people. You have people like Hasan Piker who are saying, no, in defense of Jewish people, we can't say we should be colonizing and assassinating in defense of that. We should stand against that, whether that's happening to Jewish people or whether Israelis are doing that to Palestinians or whether we're doing that in Sudan. We should not have any of that. And they'll tell you that nigga's actually the one who has the ill intentions and wants to kill all the Jewish people.
CNN doing a piece on that nigga is nuts.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hasan, do the fuck out that nigga.
That is the by definition.
Get your coins, gang.
I sue the shit.
And I brought this up because I brought this up just as the cherry on top. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has officially sworn off of any support for Israel funding, including defensive weapons.
Yep.
Shout out.
So, in other words, the people that are of the ilk that need to be pushed to the edge of the party and never have no say so, just through public pressure, forced the most popular politician on this side of the aisle to change her stance. Yep. The one that's more akin with human rights. And she did so, and I hope she proceeds that way, but that's exactly what happened. And in the same breath, CNN is trying to tell you that nigga, them people, AOC, Bernie Sanders, Zoran, Hasan Piker are all the real threat. Here's Third Way from Billionaire telling you shouldn't have healthcare, fuck nigga. And we'll spend $50 million to make sure it doesn't happen. Why? Because Aetna needs to make a bag off the Democratic Party.
Fucking joke, bro.
That's the war that we're in for the soul of whatever political bloc is going to come down on the side of black people nowadays. Yes, the Democratic Party and its establishment is not the answer for black people. That's why it's either you build up another party or you take over that party and make sure you prioritize the policies that actually do help these people. No, we're battling moneyed interests that have been entrenched in the party for hundreds of years, so much so that we're going to do an 8-minute fucking hit piece on this nigga where we clip everything the nigga says out of context, don't explain the legitimate political discussion behind it, say the nigga unpopular, but also very popular, so we had to make a segment on the nigga, and then cite Wall Street Journal opinion piece from fossil fuel billionaires in a think tank paying money specifically to have a political outcome. And one of their outcomes is decrease the size of the left. You niggas think that's going to be enough to stop people? As CNN tells us to support that fucking war in the Middle East too, there will forever be a dissonance because you niggas can't be where the people at.
Nope.
Yeah.
No,
and that's why you leave yourself open to be countered from people like AOC or Abdul or any of these niggas, and that's why they will find way more support among your base. This is not really that hard of an issue. You niggas are on the wrong side of it. It's been like a 50-point swing from 2022 to 2026 in sympathies for Israelis as opposed to Palestinians.
Yeah.
The floor I'm seeing is 65% support for Palestinians. The ceiling I'm seeing is 90. Contend with that.
They got their money in the wrong place.
Call that nigga a Jew hater.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
That's
and this
crazy,
is not
bro.
the only niggas. It's been Wall Street Journal going at them, CNN going at them, Fox News going at them. They're all consolidating, and it all started once they said they're going to pop up at this rally. I might have to go pop up at the rally. Yeah, in conclusion, you keep pushing because there's such a lack of understanding and a lack of political education in this country, which also would help us have our cultural conversations more efficiently.
Yeah.
I bring that up because we can't keep are you going to do what's his face first?
Yeah.
We cannot keep politics out of sports no longer. If politics are going to be in sports, I'd want us to have some of the right conversations.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now in this country, the closest thing to the right conversations is happening on the left, regardless of whether or not CNN likes that fact.
Yeah.
Maybe if that nigga Jalen Ivy was on the left, he has. Maybe if he would have read a couple books or
Stephen Curry ain't really.
He ain't a man. Let's he don't know God. Let's get into this, nigga. If you don't know who Jaden Ivy is, Jaden Ivy is a I believe he a point guard or shooting guard on no team right now. Fuck, nigga.
In the free agent pool.
Yeah.
Shanghai Sharks.
But he played for Detroit. Shanghai Sharks on Jesus. He played for Detroit. He played for the Bulls. And he was just recently waived because of his comments that he made about the BTQ,
the letters that none of these niggas could ever say.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. The LGTV, how niggas be saying.
Bullshit.
Newsflash, guys. All right. Let's start at level one. Let's start at level one with Jaden Ivy. The level one at Jaden Ivy is you have some people that are saying because of the comments that he made, he shouldn't have got waived. He shouldn't have got waived because he was just talking about his opinion. What was his opinion? His opinion was basically saying y'all proclaim. It's the same fucking we do have a clip, but it's not the clip of that. It's the same because the clip it doesn't make sense.
What was
the
his
thing that he
words?
said? The thing that he said is they proclaim. Basically, he's just saying that they're pushing the LGBTQ on to niggas in the league, right? Oh, we got to do Pride Month. We got to dress. We got to have different jerseys for this. We got to do Pride Month and all these things. And they're sinners and they're unrighteous. And this is what he was saying in his read. He said that LGBTQ people are unrighteous and that they're sinners and that they're proclaiming all of these things on to people.
The NBA has been doing that since he was 13.
The NBA has been doing that since he was 13. I think the NBA started it in like 2010 or some shit like that.
You know what this reminds me of? Already off the bat, it reminds me of that one white woman who typed that college essay, and she got like a whole media thing about it because she was basically they were trying to explain to her. She had to explain phenomena in the paper. She's like, well, I think we're all created by God, and Jesus Christ said man and woman, and then that's why.
And guess what? That's not the
That's not the criteria that niggas was asking for, but they gave her a whole national news story about it and created a victim story out of it.
So level one is.
Just my opinion.
We got to talk about this. We got to get here. The reason, this is where we're going to, this is basically the end of the episode. The end of the episode is going to be, how do we get black people on the same trajectory? How do we get on the same page about something for once? Y'all, this for all you niggas. All you niggas that be sitting there, black people can't build together. Black people ain't got no, okay, now I'm telling you, let's get on the same fucking page. Yeah. Level fucking one. Jaden Ivy is a multi-millionaire basketball player. He gets to wake up every single day and play basketball, not for $100, not for $10,000, not for $100,000. This nigga, even while being waived. Waived means you got cut from the team for now. Even while being injured, season-ending knee injury in January, and waived. Is going to sit on his ass and make more than you'll ever see in your entire fucking life.
How much was he making?
He is about to make $10.1 million sitting on the sidelines. No, not even on the sidelines. Because he doesn't get to be in the arena. Sitting at the crib, he gets to make $10 million.
And prosecute me for my beliefs, you're going to pay me 10 L's.
This is what are saying. You have a bunch of starting this conversation and saying Jaden Ivy is being stifled. His Christian beliefs are being stifled in this horrible league full of these people that don't believe. They not believers, so they not going to understand what he's talking about. The nigga that's being stifled is getting paid $10 million to sit on his ass now and rant. Let's look at one of the rants.
What did the Bible say about rich people?
Let's look at one of the rants.
It's hard.
Can we look at number one? We're gonna look at the rant. This is immediately after he was waived. He was on a commercial airlines flight. This is one of the rants he goes on.
Needle.
That's why you got Steph Curry, and he not even surrendered, and y'all believe he's a Christian.
What?
Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian?
Can we pause it?
Yo,
for my people that don't know, people that don't know nothing about the Bible. First of all, he says Steph Curry, he not surrendered. He ain't even surrendered. He wrote first. Steph Curry
wrote
Philippians.
I was say, what do you mean he wrote?
He wrote
like on his fucking forearm? Like
okay,
he
cool.
wrote Philippians.
What's Philippians 4:13? I can do all things. Is basically I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. What the fuck do that got to do with Steph Curry not surrendering? Okay, can we continue? Let's continue through though, because that didn't make no fucking sense.
I don't know. This nigga don't feel like
just like the world.
What does that have to do with Philippians 4:13?
Friendship with the world is enmity with God.
That's not Philippians.
He's friendship with the world. He don't know Jesus. And I pray he comes to the truth. That him and his family will be saved in Jesus' name.
What are you on about, nigga? Just staring at
Because all that stuff is not going to matter on Judgment Day. All them rings he got.
It sound like you jealous, nigga.
All them rings.
It sound like you jealous.
What does this have to do with him being
all them
righteous?
rings Michael Jordan got.
This nigga not okay.
Will God save you on Judgment Day with the M's you got, nigga?
Bro, what? It's
easier to pass through the needle of the eye than a rich man to enter the heaven.
I'm
10 million.
The
You're
reason
fucked,
why I
nigga.
read Philippians 4:13 is because I'm trying to reason with. Bro, I was at church this past Sunday, man.
Amen.
I'm trying to reason with the other Christians because, gang, you're not hearing what I'm hearing, obviously. What did Philippians 4:13 have to do with what the fuck he was talking about?
Trying to say that this nigga, he said
What
the same
does
thing.
them having rings have to do with anything
He said
he's talking about?
He said the same thing 4 times.
Okay.
Is that this nigga's material, he's not.
Let's watch the next video. Can we watch it? He didn't even say no. But that's the thing.
Couldn't say.
He didn't say their material, and this is why they're of the world. He didn't say that.
No, he just says you have rings, you play this.
This is another clip. This is another clip of him in another Instagram live after the plane. Let's listen to this one.
Oh, the apple pie. I like apple pie. Apple pie is good. It's tasty. Why did God give this all this good food?
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
He's having a mental breakdown.
Oh,
everybody can know the
Is this nigga off a 3-5?
Religious psychosis, gang.
User comments on Ivey's Instagram, sending prayers with prayer hand emojis. All right, Christians, we here. We giving that nigga the strength of God because the NBA is the one, even though the NBA didn't waive him. The Chicago Bulls waived him. But the NBA is the one trying to stifle his voice, even though the NBA be letting niggas say God and do all these things all of the time.
And beat they what?
Beat they what?
Multiple times.
But it's okay. It's okay. Here it is. A commenter is giving him the prayer hand, sending you prayers. Ivey replied to that user, God does not hear your prayers if you're a sinner. What in the fuck are you talking?
You're not even.
So this nigga, let's talk about it.
We yayin'.
This nigga is mentally ill.
We win.
Yeah. He's mentally ill right now, whatever he's going through. Man, you don't know what he's going through. Whatever he's going through.
You don't know what Curry going through.
Can we look at the third video?
The knee injury, dog.
He's mentally ill. The knee injury. Let's look at the third video as well.
And my wife, we had went through.
This is a few years ago.
Trials together. I dealt with anger. She had to deal with a lot of anger that I had in my heart. That turned into, me somewhat being a abuser. And I'm not saying that was it, but I there was things that I tried to feel in my heart.
Guys, wait. Because I got to say it.
I don't hear you.
Guys, this is the God-fearing man that is being stifled right now.
I don't think God hears
An
his prayers.
abuser.
What did he say 1 second ago?
And
You're a sinner. You don't
know what a nigga in the comments
prayers
said
not
about
heard?
the abuser thing? A nigga in the comments was like, well, he ain't say he hit her.
What does abusing mean?
What does abusing mean?
Whether it's
cool under the Bible to verbally abuse a nigga.
You didn't beat her though.
You ain't beat her though.
Whether if it's verbal or physical.
What?
It's
emotional,
abuse.
mental.
It's abuse.
He said this nigga talking about trial.
Is that of God?
Trial?
Is that of God?
They be the same. A lot of the men's rights activists talk about how much like women get the kids. It's because they don't even go to trial. This went to trial. It was so bad that it went to trial.
No.
He said that was a trial, as in like trial and tribulations.
Trial and tribulations.
Oh, you abusing.
He also says, in light of all this, he says his wife is not responding to his texts. His family is calling him crazy and all of these things. Can we get a picture of his family? Lord have mercy.
I really know if Christians really saw this, I wonder if they still be on your back like.
So that's my question. And that's what also it brought in. We brought in Christy on, but we ain't gonna talk about her. We'll do that separately. Boosie said that straight people are being silenced. That's what Boosie said.
Went upside down.
As a black man, you
Went upside down. See, this is why the
Matt, why you bring up that his wife is white? I brought up that his wife is a white woman is because these are the context clues that are... So the context clues that we have that maybe Jaden Ivy is not good right now in his mental health. Oh. The context clues that we have is his family turning his back on him. You mean his white family? His white family married to the basketball player. In any other situation, any black person will call out, oh, you a dead white woman. In this situation, no. It ain't got shit to do with it. No, it's because he's talking about God. That's what's driving his family away. Okay, cool. Also, the nigga just had a knee injury, a season ending. He was playing some of his best. And I say this, I went on my story, I was like, this nigga shit, because he is shit. But he was playing some of his best basketball this season, even though he wasn't getting that many minutes. He had a season-ending knee injury. So think about that. You already not the best player. Yeah. You already have been on a Detroit Pistons team years ago that was dog shit. You're on a Bulls team right now that's some dog shit. Yep, and then you have a season-ending knee injury. Yep. You're telling me...
He might as well start doing this.
Nigga, you might as well just start hitting one of these. Yeah. Gang. You're telling me this nigga is at the mental capacity to understand not only what he's talking about, but also that the NBA is devising a greater plan to stifle this nigga. Bro, stop it.
Yeah. Sound like he's manic.
Stop it. Yeah. The nigga is manic.
He's going through it, nigga.
He's going through horrible things. Y'all will use Christianity to sit here and create a buffer and X out all of that shit. And we can talk about it even in your own motherfucking houses. Yeah. You got abusers in your fucking house. Yeah. You got uncles and aunties molesting y'all. All of these things are happening.
Yep.
And you will sit here and say, but cousin Larry don't want to go to church with everybody, all the molesters and the abusers and the adulterers.
It's a greater plan.
Cousin Larry don't want to do that. That's the real sinner. What the fuck are you talking about,
bro? Cousin Larry, he's saved by God, man.
You use that
thinking like the word of God is for like the special people or like the people that's like for real. Whoa,
it's a litmus.
Everyone knows the word of God. That's why evil people know the word of God and can do whatever the fuck they want to.
Bro, these niggas
you can start.
The president of the United States is holding up Bibles
upside down,
oaths to swear themselves in.
They're playing with your God, and you don't even have like anything in you to question these people.
You know nothing about this.
You know nothing about this,
but you heard God, and immediately is like, oh, they
because the reality,
I'm a victim, bro. This black man not even with a black woman, gang. Don't y'all hate that too? Where is the outrage?
It's not a conspiracy theory at all. Like the media does not silence you if you talk about your love for Jesus Christ. That's just not the reality.
Jesus Walks a decade ago talking about, if I talk about my religion, my song won't get played. Where?
Nigga.
You're in the United States of goddamn America, who half the goddamn country's okay with us bombing Iran.
In God we trust is on every dollar bill that Ye and Ivy accepts.
And did they say to Stephen Curry, when every time he made a shot, he hit the... Did they say stop doing that?
Nope.
Did they silence him?
Every time he's going to the Hall of Fame and thank God. Every time he give a speech and thank God. Every time he needs to give a post-game speech or have a really good performance. Man, I got to thank my family. I got to thank my wife. But I really got to thank God, too. You know, he allowed me to X, Y, Z. And we have not seen a mass censorship, mass exodus of niggas from the league. Because they all came out as Christians.
The man legit has been playing basketball probably since birth.
Bro.
And you have a season and injury. Your wife and your kids don't want to talk to you. Your family don't want to talk to you. And you mean to tell me y'all gonna chop it up to, oh, he's just religious. They're trying to ban him because he's religious.
And mind you, there's much more also. Yeah. There's reports of him going to reporters in the arenas and being like, do you fornicate? Sorry, guys, I don't know what. This is another thing that the Christians in these comments are not understanding.
Yeah, he was like, do you fornicate before marriage or something?
Oh yeah, checking niggas.
Do you? First of all, he did say that word for it. He said, "Do you fornicate before marriage?" First of all, the idea of fornication is before marriage. This nigga is so mentally ill, he doesn't know what's coming out his mouth. Go to your job. Your job. The Christians that are listening to this and are like, go to your job and start asking if they fornicate. See how fast you get carted out there.
Why is it?
Why would you never do that? If this is and this is going to lead us into what we're going to talk about with the Chicago Takeover. If this is about the LGBTQ and this is about the encroachment of LGBTQ rights onto your own rights, if that's what this is about,
You shouldn't go around and ask niggas if they fornicate for marriage because you're also
you probably shouldn't go around.
You're pushing your shit onto those.
You're pushing your shit on other people. One,
you think the shit right, nigga. It don't mean it's right. God said no.
That's the one. The second is then start a union in your job right now so that no gay people can have they can't even work there. Do it right now. Yeah. Do it. Why not?
That's gonna be
yes, because I know how society.
I was about to say because if you
why doesn't that stop you? It didn't stop Jaden Ivy.
Yeah.
There's a reason, bro. The thing that I'm getting through to niggas is you will sit here and say these things about the LGBTQ, about your job and the billionaires, and you'll say all of these things and then clock in, clock out every single fucking day. Why? Because you understand in a workplace, in a job, you can have your own personal beliefs. You just can't go around talking and saying all your shit to the fucking people that work there.
Yeah.
Only though, now we gotta suck this nigga dick because it's Jaden Ivy and he's a rich basketball player. Now though, even though he's gone on record saying the shit he said to reporters, he's gone on record saying the shit he said about staff, he's gone on record going around and saying the shit he was saying in the locker rooms. He was saying a lot of crazy shit in the locker rooms, telling niggas on the team that they're sinners, going to practice. He on record was like, I was going to practice. It's just I was telling them about the word of God and they didn't want to listen. You can't do that. Why?
You're at work.
Because not everybody's a Christian.
Duh.
Yeah. Don't we? Just like how not everybody's gay. And y'all don't want that to encroach on your own beliefs. But you will do the exact same thing for people. For people that aren't
that's
Christian.
The reason why
you gonna force the straight agenda and Christianity on niggas.
Yeah, but
because why? You're uncomfortable.
Because they believe
it's right.
Yeah. They believe it's right and it's your
ideology.
You're uncomfortable with LGBTQ, so you think it's right to push Christian beliefs on everybody else.
And because they don't fuck with the LGBTQ, they think that they're pushing their agenda on them.
Yes. Because you have to be a perpetual victim to have oppression make sense. How did the Nazis win? How did all these innocent German people...
Because we called them neoliberalists.
How did all these German people in the 1930s go from, I just want my job and my food, to, yeah, we should kill the Jews? How did that happen? These same fuck niggas who we was talking about earlier, talking about Holocaust education's at an all-time low. It's because we learning the wrong messages from the Holocaust.
Literally.
What we learned there is it doesn't take factual things to convince to want to do the most heinous thing. All you got to do is set up the conditions, get the power right, say, hey, I'm just following orders, and stigmatize and get someone to believe that their identity is under attack. The very fabric of their nation is going to go under, and y'all all going to die if we don't place the blame on these one people. The reason why that's such a powerful thing and why religious people use it and misuse it all the time is because it's not based in no objective factual reality. There's so much emotions and beliefs tied to like a religious belief that you will use that as a placeholder to supplement the reason why you feel like you're being victimized. These people will be fully convinced that white, straight Christian people are being victimized right now. And one of the aspects of victimization is this overwoke LGBTQ presence. So you feel like you're being attacked. Mind you, it's less gay people than there are Christian people.
Well,
and they don't even make up a majority of any room you'll ever be in.
You niggas.
Well, JJ, no, but you don't understand. Like, they're kind of encroaching by making them play in these games and wear these jerseys. This nigga's about to make $10 million sitting on his ass.
Yes, and also,
what encroachment?
This is
good
not
God.
I was gonna say,
God
this is also not.
God forbid you wear a rainbow.
Also, this is not a cubicle where you're forced to sit in your office away from public eyes and acknowledge the best of the LGBTQ.
This is a international.
You play basketball on national television
on an international level
for the entirety of the worldwide public to consume. That's why you gotta wear your little rainbow jersey, nigga.
That's also why you gotta wear your pink one for breast cancer.
That's also why you gotta wear the I Can't Breathe for George Floyd.
Yeah.
Where all y'all niggas was wearing in the bubble.
If you don't want that, then take away all that shit.
Take away all that
shit. And where will
shit.
black people be left? Nigga, you'll be on an auction block to get on a nigga team. You won't be getting 10 million, I promise you.
Nope. Yeah, give up that money.
Give it up then. Give up the
bread. Give up that bread, bro.
Bro, you don't just because.
Show everyone that you're a true follower.
The entitlement to go to your peers, especially as an ass nigga. Entitlement to be like, you're doomed. Curry ain't a man of God.
You going to hell.
Nigga, you shunning his family, bro.
Y'all not righteous.
His family. This nigga got kids and a wife, and you talking about this nigga family don't know the word of God.
Watch, in 2 days.
You don't know this
In 2 days.
Yeah, who are you to pass judgment?
In 2 days, there's going to be a scandal with Jaden Ivy. It's going to be some Instagram model or some club video. And then where are y'all?
I have no problem. I have no problem. I have no problem with Christians. I have no problem with Christians being in their thing of praising God and everything. I'm not saying it's not okay to be a Christian, but as a Christian, you should look at the people that you want to represent your ideals and beliefs and look at their intentions with it and see how their fucking mental state is.
There is a
because it gets dangerous.
It gets dangerous.
It does. There's a stereotype.
Dangerous, like what did they just do for the Supreme Court in Trans Visibility Day?
Oh,
dangerous, like taking LGBTQ niggas' rights. Dangerous, like taking their licenses.
And even like in the church, you see these pastors molesting the people in the goddamn church. And y'all not questioning no one's
and guess who's more
intentions, 'cause it's
likely
God.
to be?
He also talked about Catholicism in these things and said that Catholicism is not the religion. It's not a religion of like the true Lord and say. So now he's encroaching on another religion, right? Shouldn't we care about that?
Wait.
And a nigga that makes $10 million. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, no, that's the thing is that at the end of the day, it is your perspective. It is your perspective, and the league or the Chicago Bulls as a franchise reserve the right to fire you for your perspective, right? It was all good when Colin Kaepernick wasn't in the league.
Bro, mind you, they didn't fire him, but they did.
They waived him and gave him severance.
They waived him.
They
waived him. They didn't fire him.
He could be re-signed with someone.
Yo, you said that shit about LGBTQ. No, they fired him because, bro, you're going around making people in the fucking facility uncomfortable because you've been preaching to them for weeks at this point.
Nigga,
this is not something that happened in a day. No, they had been preaching for weeks.
Nigga, call
weeks
HR.
and weeks and weeks.
Yes.
Niggas called HR just like how they doing your fucking Amazon job. They called HR and said, yo, Jaden Ivey's been telling me how I'm going to go to hell because I don't read my Bible 6 times a day.
And also, another thing, you didn't get waived because you were spreading the gospel. You got waived because you are literally enforcing oppression ideology.
Yes.
My nigga. And in a time right now, I don't care how you feel about gay people, it's oppressive.
Or how you feel. Bro, we understand as black people that like you got a code switch in certain places and you can't make certain people uncomfortable. But Jesus Christ bringing LGBTQ and now it's, oh my God, it's a ploy to stop the... No, he's making people uncomfortable at the workplace. Anybody and their mama is getting fired, you're not getting paid for it. He got $10 million for it. Shut the fuck up and get his dick out your mouth.
How are you a nigga trying to be oppressive? It make no damn sense.
I was gonna say, how am I meant to feel bad and that there's a broader scheme involved? Even to be like, but they make us wear the gay stuff too. They make us have the pride. Guess what? Gay people exist. Some of them are in your league, and we just don't hear about them.
We hear
we do, and culturally, it's a meme to be gay to LeBron James.
Yeah, we can say LeBron to my mouth and shit like that. But
there's a patch on my jersey.
God forbid a patch. You can say that though.
So when you back up and really like talk about what we're talking about here, this is why it gets flipped on its head. Because the Christians people will be like, we're the ones being oppressed. The real oppression is you get to be a Christian and play basketball and make millions of dollars. But
if you're gay,
it's an agenda.
Yeah, it's an agenda.
These niggas can hit 1 million game-winning shots.
If LeBron came out as gay tomorrow, look how many people would stop their fucking support for that nigga.
Yep.
This nigga got 43,000 points in the league. This nigga has 23 years.
You can sit here.
This nigga has 4 or 5 rings.
You can sit here and do whatever celebrations, whatever thanking God you could do, and it's the next day. But you can't specifically in Jalen Green's scenario go and preach to that they should change their religion or you're going to judge them based on their religion when you don't even know their religion. What if it's a devout Muslim on this basketball court who does the due diligence, who does the due diligence of keeping it personal, but when they outside the game, they be praying they're Muslim XYZ just to get in the game and hear Jaden Ivey be like, you're a sinner, you're going to hell because your religion's wrong. Yes, get him the fuck off my basketball.
We gotta move. Bro. We gotta move.
You're not free of
because it literally goes into what we're talking about.
You just have to. You just choose an identity. You assign all the enemies are attacking that identity, and then anything you say at that point is justified. That's how Christian nationalism takes hold.
Yes.
That's how these niggas perpetuate slavery using the word of God.
Yes.
Yep.
Because if you aren't this, they just don't like this. They attacking this XYZ and make you feel like a special snowflake in the comment section.
These dumb fucks are saying free Jaden Ivy.
God can free you of all.
Free
that
Jaden
nigga
Ivy.
is not freeing you from consequence. That's why that nigga got out.
Yes.
Because you acted like a dumbass.
Sorry.
And so get the fuck
Now
out.
y'all want God to free you from consequence as well. It kind of sounds like to me that you just want to be able to do whatever the fuck in the name of the Lord, right? Just like how them niggas was killing niggas in the name of the Lord, right?
Yeah, because the godly man that I would know would probably be accepting of the foreigner, of the stranger, of the person from a different walk of life.
Yeah, because that's godly, right? Nah, God bombed Sodom and Gomorrah and niggas just took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
Nigga, fuck
and last thing, bro, no one is saying that you can't be a Christian, or no one is saying your beliefs aren't real. We're not sitting up here and saying that.
Don't try to
but
force
we are
your shit on people,
saying
gang.
that, Mike, you cannot force that.
Yeah.
You can't force it. You can't be harmful to people because that was never God's will in the goddamn.
And if you are a Christian in America, guess what? You're in the majority. Meaning you live in a country where all the shit already set up for you to be able to have your cake and eat it too. Express publicly, express privately, don't express. That's part of the freedoms, right? In order for those freedoms to exist, you have to be tolerant of other people's freedoms and their thoughts too. The moment you can show, regardless of what your beliefs is, the moment you're showing that you're not tolerating someone else's identity or whatever, that's when you step out of line. Not because you chose this identity in particular, it's because you think this should be the only one that we respect. And guess what? It don't work like that. You play with thousands of people. You're just another nigga. You not even Stephen Curry.
Nope.
You not even.
Niggas get cut for less.
Niggas get cut for less. I'm gonna keep it a beam. Never mind. Nah, I was gonna say some crazy shit about him. Wishing them healing, wishing them happiness and healing.
Yeah, hopefully that nigga get his shit together.
Yeah, let's see if you can stop putting hands on your wife.
No, like that's another thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, where does the line get drawn?
Never.
This whole idea, because it's Christianity as well. This entire idea of like where I was getting at of black people being on the same page. The reason why we need to be on the same page, because like we brought up in that same exact conversation, when you take away those rights for the LGBTQ, we take away those same rights, you also take away breast cancer. You also take away Black Lives Matter. You also take away these same things in this international ass fucking association, basketball association.
Especially that like you denying it is like denying all the hard work that people even
have done,
even get
to get
wear
there.
a jersey.
Yeah. To get to that point. Get to that point, right? In that same exact vein of why we need to be on the same page is exactly what we're doing in Chicago right now with all these Chicago takeovers and our mayor. You have a bunch of people saying, yo, these kids, man, they're doing a bunch of shit.
And even with black people, that's the reason why it's being on the same page, because with the Christianity shit, a lot of those people in those comments supporting him is black because of how like tied in Christianity is even with our identity in this place. So it's you fighting against niggas. You might not fuck with what we said. Nah, they pushing that gay agenda shit. They said it was a black agenda too, is what we're trying to get.
Yeah, now it's a black. So what I'm trying to get to you now is the white people in Chicago right now telling you it's a black agenda. There's a bunch of black kids going around terrorizing these places.
We just locked them up.
Let me tell you what my last week was, and I'm gonna run through it real quick from niggas on for the pod, and because I know y'all have heard the story.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what day it was, but let's go first day. First day, I'm in a grocery store, and I'm hearing the people in the grocery store. There was a teacher in the grocery store, and there was somebody else in the grocery store, the dude that worked at the grocery store, and they was talking about how horrible the mayor's response to kids terrorizing the city have been. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Chicago Takeovers. Something just happened in Hyde Park the other day. There's been multiple Chicago takeovers throughout the years.
Takeover is usually when they'll have all the kids or people will get their cars together and they start like
they cars, or they just be on foot. They just be running and they be fucking shit up. They be fucking beating niggas' asses. They be jumping on cars. They'll do anything to get a reaction. Then the cops come and then it's a whole chase. Like they get the adrenaline from being chased by the crowd, running away from the cops. All of these things. That's what Chicago takeovers are, right? In them talking about it, in the two people that I was listening to talk about it, I basically was just kind of like, I had my disagreements with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, these issues, you know what I'm saying? I have my disagreements. But that was how they were talking about it. They basically were saying you need real consequences for these children. You need jail time. You need $500 fines. I've been seeing that. $500 fines for parents. Okay, that's first instance. That's day one.
Yeah, day one.
Day two, Chicago takeover happens. Another one in Hyde Park. Now, the reason why I bring up this one and why this is day two is because Hyde Park is what? A historically black city in Chicago. Hyde Park. right? You got 53rd over there. You got Jackson Park with the whole Obama Center. Like, this is black people is all around here. They did this shit in our own communities. The black kids went out and they was jumping on cars, damaged a lot of people's cars, damaged windshields, damaged bumpers, damaged hoods. They are doing this in our own community. This is the fuel to the fire. This is where the white people are saying, see, they fucking up y'all community.
And this
is where black people
Black Lives Matter, remember? During the riots, they were like, y'all rioting in our community.
This is where the divide starts to come in of black people saying, oh my God, they're doing it in our communities. They just don't care. You know what? You're right. We do need to throw them in jail. The third instance, this is me processing it. The third instance, me and this nigga Allen is walking in Streeterville the other day. We walking on the street.
In Streeterville.
If you don't know shit about Chicago, Streeterville is basically like the rich part of Chicago. It is where all the white people is. It's one of the most rich neighborhoods in Chicago, right? We walking in Streeterville. We see, on two separate occasions, we see a group of black girls drunk as hell coming out of an AMC theater. It probably was like 9 black girls. They just saying inaudible. They're saying inaudible fucking things to me and Alan. I don't know what the fuck they were saying. They walk right past us and we hear them start screaming. We turn around. It is 9 black girls, I kid you not, in the splits twerking on the ground. Swear to God. Just random Atlanta.
Fever dream of doom.
Random Atlanta. I said, okay. Literally, maybe 10 minutes after that, me and this nigga are walking. Some more black kids go on a scooter, ride right past us, smack the shit out of a random man on the side of the road. I kid you not. Right in front of us, the man is walking into a Jewel Osco. They smack the shit out of this man.
Oh my God.
They slapped the fuck out of him.
Smack the fuck out of him. This nigga face go red. He's, dude, what the fuck? He looked like he about to cry, basically, because he just got fucking assaulted.
He's in shock.
What is my response? What should our response as black people be? And this is where we'll get into it. And I promise, we will get deeper into this topic. What should my response be? If I'm like y'all, if I'm like the old, if I'm like not Gen Z, if I'm like any generation before Gen Z, the millennials, boomers, Gen X, any of these people, my response after the week I just had, put yourself in my shoes. After the week I just had, get these out of here, bro. Get these gone. They fucking up black communities. You got all these public
They making us look bad in front of the white people.
Public opinion going bad. You making us look bad in front of the white people. Get these niggas gone. But the only thing I could think of in that moment is what everybody is trying to be devoid of. And that's what did Alan bring up when we were talking about Jaden Ivy? That's fucking consequence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all are trying. You are sitting here. Let me tell you what you did for the past 40, 50, 60 years. This whole episode has been a history episode. Let me take you through the history, JJ. JJ, we're going to take them through the history.
We're going to take them through the history.
Let's take them through the history, JJ.
Let's do it. So there's a study entitled The Color of Wealth in Chicago. I really wanted to find some literature that pulls from explaining, because it's not a secret that Chicago's segregated. But the other flip side is segregation.
And if it is a secret, we're telling you right now, Chicago is one of the most segregated places in fucking America.
But we say that, and when I say segregated, you think black, white.
Yeah.
And that's just all you think about, right? Exactly. Colored bathrooms, all the other shit. But the other thing about segregation, especially residential segregation, is that there's money tied into it.
A lot of money tied into it.
So when it was okay.
We're the third largest city in America, guys.
So when it was okay for niggas to cordon off black people and brown people into their different communities that they're still in today, one of the ways they did that was based on your property value. It's a risky investment to invest in this black community because they don't got money there. They might not pay the loan back, all the X, Y, Z. So they're making the racial judgment also with the money involved. Ask me if the money got better. Because if we're talking about history and why you can go outside and see a random black kid in Chicago slapping somebody, probably comes from, let's talk about the state of black people in Chicago before we jump to the what do we do about it, the whole put him in jail, X, Y, Z. Because you could put a nigga in jail. Cool. Probably, let's say in 1951, there was such a bad climate. And that's the reason why to this day, we still can't get right. And their average conservative or even black conservative or people who like being paid, Chicago win red niggas, who probably get through to some people like that where they're like, oh, y'all just blame the shit in the past. There was a study.
They're sending our kids to protest.
Blame the shit in the past. Blame the shit in the past.
This is a study based on like census data that was collected in 2022. Called The Color of Wealth in Chicago, produced by the Institute on Race, Power, and Political Economy in the New York at the New York School in New York City, and funded and released in partnership with the Chicago Community Trust. The study shows race and ethnicity, how they impact home ownership, access to financial tools, resources, incarceration, medical or education debt, and the COVID-19 pandemic. They say the disparities are stark. Based on the data collected in 2022, Chicago's white families have the highest median net wealth, $210,000, while typical black families report. Chicago's U.S.-born Mexican families have 19% of a typical white family's wealth, which is $40,000.
19% of a typical
19%
of the 210.
That's
white families' wealth. While foreign-born Mexican families have 3% of the white people's wealth, with $3%.
The immigrants that's taking all your jobs.
Puerto Rican families have 11% of the 200K, 24,000. I skipped black because I didn't even want to read it. Typical black families report no wealth, $0. As for the median asset values, black families have $20,000. Foreign-born Mexican families have $26,000. So we have less than foreign-born Mexican people, and white families have $325,500. That's not like I just irresponsibled my way into that.
So, okay, so the question I would like to ask people, that are sitting here saying we need to throw them in jail, Matt, but y'all don't understand. You got to do something. The question, what have we already tried?
Jail.
Yep.
You know how the police get.
What if y'all, okay. I said we, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
What if y'all, the niggas that are in their 20s, late 20s, the niggas that are in their 30s, early 30s, their mid 30s, their late 30s, their mid 40s, their early 40s, their late 40s. What have y'all tried? What have y'all done? I'm genuinely asking, what have y'all done? Besides say, throw them in jail. Because the last nigga, I know a nigga a few years ago was telling niggas to throw them in jail. That same nigga was who?
He was the white nigga, the
Rahm Emanuel.
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel. Yep.
Y'all didn't fuck with Rahm Emanuel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of niggas didn't fuck with Rahm Emanuel, right?
Yeah.
Who's the nigga before that then? Daley now.
Or some shit, yeah.
Y'all didn't fuck with Daley. A lot of niggas didn't fuck with Daley.
Yeah.
Who's the nigga right now?
And Johnson.
Brandon Johnson.
And niggas don't fuck. I wouldn't
still.
Niggas
and
still don't
and
fuck
the thing
with
is
Brandon
too,
Johnson.
after you realized how those mayors operated, nobody, and I'm pretty sure there has been people that has brought up the fact that we need some more investment into these communities.
Bro.
Yeah, it's a known.
No, it's.
Here comes a mayor that's trying to do that, and y'all don't fuck with him.
The study also found that black families had the lowest estimated rate of home ownership at 34%, while white families had the highest at 72%.
Why is that? Okay.
That's just some lazy shit, bro. They got to pull themselves up by the
And if it is, for all the people that, say what you was going to say, finish it.
Reflecting the city's historic discrimination against people of color through redlining, racial covenants, a lack of checking or savings accounts, and payday lending, which those are on every block on the southwest sides.
Every single block.
Where unsecured loans and high interest rates are used as emergency financing that keep borrowers in a cycle of long-term debt. That's why payday money,
cash advance, all
make
that,
so
all
much
that
money. Because
you think Chime is doing that shit in fucking Streeterville? You think that's what Chime doing? You think Chime putting all their billboards up in Streeterville, gang?
Nope.
No, Chime is putting their billboards up in black communities because they know niggas don't got the money.
And
they know you need.
And you need money in a pinch, and you got to pay it back.
And me being
on 10% interest too.
Exactly. Me being a avid Chime user at some point in my life, what happens is when you deposit a certain amount of bread in there, and it's not even that much, maybe like $200-300.
Yeah.
It opens up a feature called cash advance. To where now you can take more money than you actually have in there and use that, but you have to pay that back, and you know how shit goes.
And those interest rates are not capped.
Yes.
You know exactly.
Not capped. They can do whatever. They can say whatever the
whatever
fuck they want on it.
Yep. And that's for niggas who already don't have collect. That's why they don't put it in Streeterville. That's white, established money that's wealthy. You have all the 401k accounts, the high yield savings. You don't need cash advance. It's niggas who barely could get by on their bills without from check to check. And if it take too long for their cash to check, they legit will have no bread. So they do shit like that and then have to pay back on interest that they don't even have.
Question, so I like that you brought up being lazy. Because my question is this then. If everybody lazy, if the black kids right now going around terrorizing the city, as y'all are saying, is just lazy. They have the options. They're just lazy. They're just lazy. Kill them all. Kill every single one. Kill them all. Oh my God, why would you say that? If they're not adding to society,
make the problem go away.
If they're inherently bad, they're not adding to society, and the thing and killing them all would make the problem go away. Why haven't we done it yet? Well, that's my son. That's my nephew. Then help your son or your nephew. And the way you help them is actually knowing what the fuck we're talking about, educating yourself enough to do something, educating yourself enough to know what Brandon Johnson has done to reduce violent crime down, educating yourself enough to know what Brandon Johnson tried to get passed in a budget bill, mental health facilities and $100 million budget.
The Color of Wealth in Chicago study also surveyed people about potential policy proposals for addressing structural economic disparities. Data shows that public support for interventions on local and federal levels would have a meaningful impact on racial wealth inequalities. Wealth building options such as guaranteed income projects, a Medicare for All program, and baby bonds, which are government-issued trust accounts for newborns, garnered support from the bulk of respondents, including families at or above the median net worth.
You know how niggas die? You know how niggas die on the west side a lot? Because y'all like to talk about guns. Let's talk about guns. Niggas die on the west side a lot to guns. Niggas die on the south side a lot to guns. You think they just dying like straight up? You think these niggas, they got John Wicks on the south side? You think just straight up headshots and heart shots?
Nope.
Maybe body? No. These niggas are bleeding out in the middle of the street or bleeding out at home because they can't go to the doctor. And they don't have no health care.
Nope.
They got shot in the arm and they died to that bitch because their artery.
Yep, and let's not...
Mind you, you can put a fucking a quick ass tourniquet on that motherfucker and they good. Yep. They don't have those fucking resources.
Yep.
They done seen 10 of their homies die. 15 of their homies die.
So let's talk.
And 10 of their homies die. And 9 of them bitches could have been saved if they had free health care.
And people don't even want to talk about the reason why those things happened.
Why guns are in our communities to begin with.
Exactly.
Drugs and dealing, right? And why is a lot of these people dealing? What happens when you find out your mama got cancer and
you can't pay for the chemotherapy?
You got to do the medical bills. And you can't get an above board job because you already done got a couple convictions on your record.
And what happens when you step outside of your apartment that's, not being fully furnished?
No trash coming.
None of that.
Bad landlord, slumlord.
And you go outside, you're like, oh, okay, let me actually get a job. You look left, you look right, there's no jobs available.
And the biggest thing with the story Matt was even telling with the nigga getting slapped was it was 73 degrees outside. Why are you bringing up the weather if niggas is acting crazy? We have been stuck in 20-degree weather. Niggas can't go outside. Niggas don't have jobs. Niggas don't have parents in the household.
And did you just hear?
Did you just hear the statistic? This nigga JJ said some niggas don't even have homes. These niggas be in shelters.
Did you see the other thing about federal intervention? What federal intervention are you going to get right now?
What federal intervention are we going to get right now?
When the president of the United States has already tried to take money from black kids for their being black kids and also has
already done it.
And also has started in a war.
It was like $8 million.
And also has started a war that young people with access to their phones can see is crazy and could snowball into like end times. It's 73 degrees outside for the first time in a while and we have nothing
in
to do
March.
These kids is crazy. These kids are living through the consequences of when you fuck the world up.
And you keep kicking the can down the road.
These kids are
mentally, fix the issue.
As a black person, bro, when you enforce that, when you talk about the first response is put them in jail, they need a fine. That you're literally being anti-black right there.
Yep.
You using white.
When has prison ever helped black people?
When has not only that, but you will look at a white kid. You would look at a white kid that had a mental breakdown, shot a church, shot a school.
Get that nigga a burger right after.
A little kid doing the shit, smacking a nigga, put him in fucking jail. That's your response.
Or tell the parents the parents that are living in the same fucked up ass world you are, where you can't even make over $7 an hour for federal minimum wage.
Parents who grew up worse, probably.
Who grew up worse, probably because of the crack era, because of the war on drugs, because of COINTELPRO, because of all these things that happen in fucking Chicago.
Yep.
Tell the parents they need to pay $500 per child.
$500 that they don't have.
$500, nigga. If
Well, Matt, they shouldn't have had all them kids.
And guess what happens? Guess what happens when they don't
get deductibles for your taxes on kids.
Guess what happens when they don't have that 500? Let me mask up right quick.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. Let's keep moving though. No. But let's keep moving though, because this the thing. It gets deeper than this though. Yes. It gets deeper than this though. Because well, I can understand your frustration, Matt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not contributing to it directly in terms of like even living in Chicago. So like, you know, I'm not really the problem. You know, I still think they need certain things wrong with them. Now you know what you do? You know what that person does? That person gets on their phone and then they see in a comment section, they see some nigga in a tech, you know what they say? The YN strike again. Because y'all don't even understand what that's done to our young people.
Yep.
Imagine this. And
that's like the virtual crack. Right
and you know, this the thing. It's not gonna be crack era, crack cocaine. You know why? Things change.
Yep.
History, time moves on.
Technology, AI.
So exactly, technology, AI. These things have left niggas in the dust. These things keep moving. There's gonna be different ways that they try to get to the youth. The same way we're trying to get to the youth. There's other niggas that are trying to get to the youth for the same thing. And what do y'all do every time? Y'all have emboldened something as detrimental to our young black people as YN, young nigga. How do you know that, Matt? Bro, because I'm 22 years old. 3 years ago when I was working and I was in Chicago every single weekend and I'm working in Amazon, I remember how viewed me. My locks wasn't this long. They was down here. I wasn't as polished maybe in the shit I was wearing. I was wearing a lot of Fazos, a lot of Nike Techs, a lot of XYZ. I ain't had no chains on. I ain't had no nothing to even make you see wealth at all. I'm wearing hand-me-downs. I'm wearing hold-up shit, all types of shit. Imagine that nigga walk to Chicago or go somewhere, or not even walk to Chicago. Imagine that get on his phone in the comfortability of the house that he may or may not even have. And the first thing he sees that categorizes and places him in a box is other black people saying, you a young nigga. Oh, you read a book? You the smart young nigga. Oh, you got a cane? You a disabled young nigga. Oh, you went to school? You a practicing young nigga. What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
You want to talk about anti-blackness?
Yeah.
You want to talk about white people doing XYZ?
Hey, and that's the real.
We not even on the same page in that regard.
What's the impact of that, right? Think about it. I was gonna say I've seen a takeover like let out because I was over at like a store, like a TJ Maxx or like a post office or some shit, whatever the fuck. I was getting some office supplies, and I come out the parking lot, and I see a bunch of these young people who seem to be pulling in the parking lot either because they was just finna all go out to try to do the takeover thing, or they was just finna run away. As soon as I come out, I see there was like lights coming down the road, so you know everyone starts swarming. They want to get back. I'm driving around these like back areas or whatever because there's hella traffic, and I'm trying to go home. I drive past a cop who's stopped a whole group full of like young black men, and I think they had someone in handcuffs because they probably caught them for the takeover shit. I'm in a Charger, which I'm thinking about it, and I'm as a nigga with locks. I'm in a Charger. I'm driving. You could say that right there is suspicious enough, we gonna stop you. You see a pretty decently fast car, you about to bust all these kids for doing this, you dig? What stops a cop from seeing me and pulls me over, and where does that escalate from? Is because the reason why,
you know what y'all will be saying when JJ dies in the street to the cop? No, he was such a bright soul.
He was one of the good ones.
He was a good one.
He was a good one.
That's every single one of them kids that get pulled over. And when I'm driving past it, I'm sitting there thinking about that because I'm like, oh, them look like me. And I also know that I look exactly the same as these who have ill intentions to any white, to any cop, to anyone whose way you're engaging with that is just deal with these problem niggas.
Yep.
But when you talk to me, I'm Joshua. You talk to one of them kids who got stopped, they're
whoever they are.
That's whoever that kid is. You don't even see that part of it at first when you do the YN.
Yeah.
Nope. Because
and that's why I brought up they kill them all.
The YN thing is a placeholder for problematic niggas who most of the time is up to no good, but you got a couple exceptions to the rule. That's the good YN.
And you understand that when it comes to your son or someone like JJ that you value. But every other nigga is dehumanized and reduced down to what? A YN.
And so put him in jail.
Put him in jail.
That's why it's so easy to resort to that, because you do not consider these children as children that have been failed. You consider them as nuisances who doing what they do and they never stop.
Nuisance to society, though.
To society. To a society that they did not choose to be born into, nor did they set up the racist ass structures that allowed their parents to not have no fucking money, that left them outside with nothing to do on a 70-degree day besides come up in town and snack.
In March, by the way.
In March. So when I say co-authors of the study say such policies used in conjunction with meaningful redistributive measures that increase access to sustainable home ownership can foster equitable entrepreneurial environments and build a justice system founded on prevention and moving the inequity needle. What does that mean in so few words? You asking me what you can do? The bitch ass marry a woman and be there for your kid, and that'll solve all the problems. Do that, and then go to your city council and be like, okay, what are we doing to address the fact that my community was redlined? How much are we investing into this school? Can y'all do something about this childcare shit? I want my kid to be in a good quality thing. Put pressure on that. Go attend a protest. Maybe go see what the Chicago Teachers Union.
No, we got a bunch of fucking actors.
No. You want me to sit on the internet and tell you what y'all need to do is y'all need to whoop these kids' ass, you need to throw them in jail, and then and then we move on, I get another click, and I become Jamal Green.
You know why well, though?
Because if you want to ask me what we actually need to do, that's what we said, is we need to be on the same page.
Yes.
The civil rights era was an era where they was having niggas like Muhammad Ali coming out and talking about certain shit.
On the same page.
You had to be on the same page as a matter of survival.
What does that
you
mean
bitch niggas think because you got a Klarna card, a fucking iPhone, and we're not seeing lynchings happening, that we don't got to be involved in that shit no more. It'll just come to us. It'll just do. No. The niggas who will say, no, no one's going to come help us. Not unless you get out there and make them.
Yep.
Because they have a responsibility, an obligation to do that, because they work for you.
That's the point.
But they want to take you out of it, sit at home with your thumb up your ass and fire on all the other black niggas around you that ain't got shit else to do besides deal with this fucked ass reality.
And then tell the other niggas that they anti-black.
There is.
What was you finna say?
I said you got to put in that effort, be on the same page.
Yeah, you have to.
You do, and that means literally pulling every single lever. That's why we push the whole administration thing. I can't control how y'all go home and raise your kids. I'm not finna give you no shallow ass individualistic
Brandon Johnson,
advice.
not this, not that. Bro, this is the first nigga in the last 30 years that has even remotely seemed like he gave a fuck about niggas.
Yep.
Lori Lightfoot, y'all had, we forgot Lori. Lori Lightfoot was in there. We had Lori for a little bit. Bro, y'all drove Lori crazy and then got mad at her for also being a lesbian. What in the fuck?
It's getting away from
y'all couldn't get behind Lori because she was a lesbian and she was with a white woman and because she looked crazy.
Yeah. See,
come on.
When you take the actual positions and get them away from the positions and then look at it as what can this thing do, that starts to solve a lot of your problems. You can look at a Lori Lightfoot and be like, that's the mayor. The mayor bullshit, and then you laugh and continue your day. But the mayor actually has a probability, like an ability to, set the political agenda, to do some shit that another nigga wouldn't do. And if you have no idea what demands to make, they get away with being.
You know who else? You know who else? The governor, who is a billionaire. I hear niggas, black people talking about fucking Brandon Johnson more than our billionaire governor that's sitting here doing this.
Imagine like you in the same room, like this is like imagine you trying to try out for like a basketball team or like a baseball team, and it's you in your current form against a white your age whose family's billionaires. And they saying you have no excuse to not be doing everything right. And they don't even talk about the white nigga you playing against who got all the fucking latest gear and is choosing to not do what they could do. That's like what J.B. Pritzker is. If the arena is politics and organizing people and utilizing your power to change these laws, you have a governor with a war chest of $1 billion. In his family off hotel chains, and he gets away with not being a transformative leader. But Brandon Johnson got to be Mahatma Gandhi.
Why though? White man. Y'all put more respect on that white man because he deserved his.
And the governor can do more than a man.
He deserved his $1 billion. But let a black man get $3 million from the CT fucking U to try to get this nigga in. What's the CTU? The teachers union. Let the teachers want to say in politics in the same fucking city that your kid is growing up in. Oh no.
It's too much, man.
No, it's too much.
That's corrupt.
No, that's
corrupt.
Also, let's talk about this and let's go down this rabbit hole. So what have we talked about? We got the YN culture on social media. We got the lack of investment.
Yeah.
We got the wars and political climate that we live in right now.
I didn't even read this other study from talking about compounded deprivation. A study from 95 to 2013 in the city that basically talks about how once you're at a level of poverty, black people are much more likely to be compounded in those levels and go further down the income than even white people are.
Compounded as in income instability.
Y'all want to watch the little
yeah, you got something? I didn't know you had something. Let's go.
There's a chart in this study that talks about like the wealth distribution, basically upward and downward mobility, meaning how likely you are to start at one tax bracket and move up or move down depending on your racial demographic. This one is going, it's a little bit hard to see unless you zoom it in, but it's talking about black and white wealth positions across generations, individual change and structural stability. So the bottom is the bottom class, bottom 20% of the nation. And then the top is the top 20, right? The white
There's
people,
a lot of blue dots in the bottom.
There's a lot of blue dots in the bottom. There's a lot of red dots.
Black 44%.
So let's watch over time racial composition for their child's generation. So this is from parent to child, how likely it is the blue dots will go up to the highest and how likely is the white dots to stay there or go down to the bottom.
And this is from 1995 to 2013.
To 2013 in the city of Chicago. Let's take a look. Our black people are the blue dots. We're moving. Know what I'm saying? As we get closer over the lifespan, now people start having kids. Now you see a lot of movement, right? Some of the
movement.
Some of the blue ones are coming up. You know, maybe we doing good.
Wow.
A lot of them red ones.
How many blue dots you see in the top 20%? 20.
Not even.
Now
20%.
we're at now it tells you the percentage breakdown from the left to right. The top 20% is 99% white and 1% black.
Jesus
the
fucking
kids'
Christ.
top 1% is 99% white, 1% black.
The kids,
the children.
Meaning it's passing the same fucking way.
Yep.
96 4%, 85 15%,
Yep.
79 21%,
You don't see
and
anything,
70 30.
You don't see anything starts to switch in a more egalitarian way until you get to the bottom, the poor, which is 56% white and 44% black for the parents, and it ends 70% white and 30% black for the children's generation in Chicago. That is the only mobility that you're seeing, is that it evens out more in this study subsect how many more white people fell into poverty. Because, America's being made great again.
I was going to say, so my question is, in 20 years, where do you think that's going to be?
The exact
with the administration that we're living in right now, which is debatably
niggas gonna pay $20.
Debatably worse.
Yeah,
worse than that. Than 1995 to 2013.
Yeah.
Worse.
This is the most openly corrupt.
Say we get a JD Vance. Say we get a JD Vance in 2028.
This is the most openly corrupt administration with no plans on even helping anyone who's in a blue state
or DI.
And we're blaming the mayor.
We're blaming the mayor.
He doesn't even have help from the president.
ABQ, read us the statistics you also had about social media.
Oh,
please read us about that as well. Because we also act as if social media is not a humongous movement with all of this.
Let me go to.
It's because y'all young people on
them phones. It's because y'all on them phones.
Y'all on them phones, man. Y'all on them phones.
You're right. There are a lot of people on that phone.
Young generation just can't put that phone down.
Then surely there should be some regulation or something.
Nah. It's just because these young people can't put that phone down.
So this lady, she ended up suing Meta and Google because she was like, yo, I've been duped. I've been speckled-dwarfed, hoodwinked, led astray. Basically, she sued them because social media has ruined her life. It's mad addicting. And she won.
That's her fault. Wait.
Oh, yo, that's her fault. How y'all gonna how'd she win? Mind you, she didn't sue Joe them down the street. She sued Meta and Google. Meaning lawyers out the ass. She won.
She just picked it up on her own. That's personal responsibility.
No. Parents and campaign groups seeking tighter restrictions on social media have welcomed a Los Angeles jury handing down unprecedented win for a young woman who sued Meta and YouTube over her childhood addiction to social media. Jurors found that Meta, which owns Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, and Google, owner of YouTube, intentionally built addictive social media platforms that harmed that 20-year-old's mental health.
And that's what we call algorithms. You know how when you talk about a nigga or you say YN or you next thing you know you get 5 videos about that shit?
Yeah.
That's what we call social media literacy.
Yep.
Social media literacy tells you that these companies build these algorithms to do what?
Keep you on the app.
Keep you on the app and
their app in
influence.
particular.
Keep you on the app and then influence you to do what? Vote a certain way, think a certain thing, etc. Oh, wow, these black men. Wow, these black men with all these white women. These black men are still, to this day, with more black women than any other race. Just like how all of the races are.
Look for that content.
You're gonna date in your race, right? The reason why all these black men is with all these white women is because the algorithms that they are making are showing you the couples that are black and white and they are interracial. Why?
And stratify the wealth.
Why?
How much average income you think that couple you see has? That's why you see.
Where do you think, are they on the spectrum? Where do you think that average couple is on the spectrum? Versus even an average interracial fucking couple.
You're not looking at
shit you see on social media. You don't see it on a day.
You're not looking at a reflection of
you
you or your average life or the average person experience. You're watching a consorted effort to try to put the most things that'll get you the most interaction.
Well, I'm seeing the young niggas with shiesties and all this stuff in text all the time in the real world. Yeah, that's the consequences of these algorithms not only getting perpetuated, and then you have a pandemic where during this entire pandemic you have red pill, you have niggas telling you gotta look a certain way to get this woman, you gotta act a certain way to get this job, so what does that make someone that doesn't have these resources to even talk about things like this? What does that make young, impressionable black kids? That makes them what? Insecure? That makes them feel dangerous or seem like they are more dangerous than their counterparts?
And it's okaying the concept of trying to live a reality that you might not even be living. Why do we only talk about that with rap music? Why is it not all the expectations that got set with you through social media? The lives you trying to impersonate that you don't even have the ability to do so. You're out here doing wild shit for content just to make yourself feel a thing. It's only when it's rap music, right? Even though 70% white listeners.
Even though it's 70% white listeners.
That's the only thing that could doom you. Not the thing that you pick up your phone every single day. It has no mental impact. When we're in a society where we're not even studying that on a national scale.
What do you think that's
and you
want to
know why?
Your child?
You know why? Because all the niggas who built the apps are in the administration.
Why aren't we
not studying that? And you're asking what is going on.
So
just pick yourself up.
What am I saying? What are we saying?
There's more ways.
You have to care, bro.
Yep.
And we are asking you as the younger generation, me, I'm 22 years old. I'm asking you to give a fuck about the kids that y'all say you care so much about.
Yep.
You are no better than the administration. You are no better than your white counterparts that will sit here and throw niggas in jail on false charges, allegations, all etc. If you sit here as a black person in Chicago and say, the real thing they need to do is Brandon Johnson need to put the hammer down and he just need to lock these little niggas up. You are out of your mind. You know why? Because you haven't for a second thought or looked up anything about what the fuck you're talking about.
Yep. Nope.
You are perpetuating the same thing that has gotten us to this point. The father's not in the household. We need to get the fathers in the household. The fathers weren't in the household because the white people said, I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna lock you up for 100 years over a gram of weed.
And then ask me how much money you do make when the father's in the household compared to white people when the father's in the household. Why is that? If the father fixes all the kumbaya, then that should bring it to parity, right?
That should bring it to parity.
But it doesn't. Because there's something else.
There's something else there.
If you don't want a revolution, if you don't want redistribution, if you don't want reparations, why the fuck are you asking me what
these are complex. God fucking damn, bro. You think I like talking about this shit? No. Nope. These are complex issues, bro. Yep. You have to attack them using complex, nuanced thinking.
Yes.
If you don't, you are at liberty to do what?
Fall into whatever.
The same cycle.
Be your cycles fall into whatever's the easiest
trying to
answer.
Get the crime bill activity to fix the fucking problem.
Let's say y'all want to do that again?
Don't do that again? Fuck it. Let's just stop. And that's why I started with, at that point, kill us. Kill all of them. But you would sit here and advocate for the JAAM to not die. We're in those same age range of them little boys doing the takeovers. We in the same fucking age range. I'm in the same college.
And why are we not doing it? It's because we have something to care about. We have shit on the line now.
We got shit on the line. We got shit to care about.
We're in the one of
I can't just pop off on a nigga. I can't just smack a nigga.
So until in a society where your measure of success, at least in those regards, is going to be dictated by the numbers going down and the numbers reducing, the only way you're going to get a massive reduction where we can finally say, oh, when will my people be free? Is if we do some big shit. And you know how we do some big shit? The niggas with the money got to stop holding the money.
But y'all, nah, bro, I'm not hearing that shit, bro. I'm not hearing that shit, bro. Y'all niggas sitting on a podcast making hella money. On Jesus Christ, I can't pay my rent right now with what's in my bank account. On Jesus Christ.
Is it generational?
Is it
Is it a $325K? Is it $0 median?
I mean, $70, you know, fill up a tank.
I done already said the shit about Brandon today. I should be getting a check, right? You think it's about that?
Yeah.
I think it's about that.
That is the motive in this country is, no, these young boys just need a business to build. No. These niggas have absolutely no purpose.
You know,
nothing.
You know what's a good home environment? Not only do you got to get a couple parents that love you very much, got to have a house without letting it.
Got to have health care. Got to have CTA being able to go somewhere in the city without having
you don't have to spend an extra 8 bands a year on a car.
Yep.
Little shit like that. That's massive when you ask the white people who don't want to get
CTA. I just seen it shit the other day. CTA is one of the most violent metros in the entire nation. More violent than New York. More violent than LA. More violent than Philly. The CTA.
And I seen niggas.
The CTA. We pay for the CTA.
And I seen
we
niggas.
pay $78 million a year for the CTA to have they fucking guards stand in attention for what? We the most they got the most violent courts in the nation.
You can't make it free.
And I seen niggas blaming Brandon because of that shit.
So I tell you, okay, let's make the CTA free and reinvest that $78 million into these communities, and you'll look at me like I'm crazy because we ain't got no security guard.
Already the most violent.
Oh
you know
God.
how we solve it? More police. Guys, look up, do me a favor. And this is what
y'all just lazy,
go
bro.
on Google
You niggas
Scholar.
is lazy.
Go on Google Scholar and Google, does more police lower crime? And go on a fucking spree.
Lazy.
Go
lazy,
on a spree
lazy,
of however many niggas who know way more than you and know how to measure these things out telling you, I understand why you might think more police work, but that's not how it works.
And I'm calling all you dumb fucks out because it's lazy, bro.
It's
y'all
lazy.
are giving up on these kids,
We
bro.
sit in a quagmire. Because none of y'all are about it enough to be like, let's do some big shit that we ain't never tried before.
That we ain't never tried before. Let's put our fucking heads together. Y'all want to talk about how y'all smart, y'all got the wisdom, y'all got the... Then put something together. Give us something.
Everybody think nobody doing
Give them something.
Yep.
Everyone thinks no one's doing nothing until it's French Revolution. You will never get there if you niggas can't even think about a reparation policy.
Nope.
Oh,
you won't get there when the mayor that is like at the forefront of the movement right now
got the worst favorability.
Worst favorability, like, and on top, like, this man is
not polling niggas.
He's introducing policies
Not polling
that would help these kids.
He's not polling black people.
What do y'all want?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to complain? Oh, what it really is, bro, black people got a victim mentality. Y'all will sit here and allow to sit here and tell you that. And you'll disagree with that. You'll disagree that black people have a victim complex. You'll disagree with that. Why? Because there's systematic inequalities that have been all throughout our society and all throughout America. And then stare at the Chicago takeovers and be like, lock these little niggas up. I can't,
it's
bro.
crazy.
I can't.
You have
bro.
to get away from
I can't, bro. These niggas are 16 and 17 years old.
Yeah.
16 and 17 years old. No money in their pocket. No role models in this whole city besides rappers that we put up here.
The median household income is 0. Not talking about your individual as an 18 to 25-year-old.
Holy shit.
Nigga. You in
no
debt.
jobs unless you're working at the Chick-fil-A on Michigan.
You in debt. You're in debt.
You're in
These
debt from
youngins are
birth.
stuck in traps of debt.
No school. Well, Matt, they need to do better in school. Bro, y'all are they're defunding the schools. The federal government has defunded them.
We don't even have one set level of funding nationally for
And then they make it to college. And then they make it to college, and they're like the person that asked the JAAM Talks earlier in this. You know why? Because our schools and our education system has been broken in the United States for fucking years.
Yep.
What the fuck are you? You're
And
not giving them nothing.
There are fixes. There's stuff you can do.
Yeah. There's research fixes.
Take your time.
But it just takes time to go through them. It takes not laziness.
Yep.
You can't be lazy. The same way y'all niggas tell us how we lazy because XYZ. Well, y'all sit on the podcast. And we went to the CTU and we did the the in-person thing. We talk to the teachers. What'd you do?
I just don't know what niggas expect.
What do you?
To wrap it up, I just don't know what niggas expect.
Fuck out of here, bro.
It's complex.
Fuck out of here.
Complex problems require complex solutions.
Yep.
You're never gonna get here.
If it isn't the consequences of my own fucking actions.
Yeah.
Y'all voted in Richard Daley. Y'all voted in Rahm Emanuel. Y'all voted in Lori Lightfoot.
And that's just local government.
That's just
local government's not about to give you the reparations, gang.
Y'all voted in billionaire J.B. Pritzker.
It needs to be.
Y'all voted in Donald Trump. Y'all voted in Donald Trump a second time. Y'all voted.
Yeah.
When is it ever gonna be? Damn, maybe like we do need to kind of like hit the drawing board again and stop saying it's the younger generation and they need to pull everybody up.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. And then simultaneously, when they can't do that because they have the mental capacity of a 15-year-old, just put them in jail. They ain't ready yet. All right, bro. All right, bro.
Just to come out and be a nuisance,
Got you,
gang. Yeah. That's the shit that we try to stress each week is that like, there are answers to all these things. You ready for them?
Are you?
Are you ready?
Really ready for them?
You niggas will be ready to call someone the N-word. You'll be ready for that joke a white person makes. Like, you ready for me to call you the N-word? But y'all not ready to talk about, hey, what's something that happened because of racism that we could fix today? No, we're worried about
then
the white
when it's
people being
presented
oppressed
to the city, you know, the niggas that are supposed to vote on it don't vote on it.
Or APAC come in and spend $11.3 billion to make sure you specifically don't get the one nigga who wants you to not spend half your income on healthcare costs.
Yeah.
This is why we do the shit that we do. And this is also why we're kind of like on the side that we're on is because the other options, I've just seen them. And you niggas say slavery, jail, dead, discrimination. And we just run that shit back decade over decade.
Yep.
And if you want to save a life, you got to have a hard conversation. Oh God. And you niggas are not ready for that, evidently so. But we are, and we'll continue to do that shit. Thank you guys for joining us. I know we definitely went over, but we appreciate y'all for joining us in this longer episode. There's a lot of shit we had to get through because it's like the conversation that we need to have are so important at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at what we could be in a few years, there's some people who are talking about that. There's some who are not, and they want to drag you backwards. It should not be a hard decision. We have to be on the same page. Niggas need to stop bullshitting. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Please follow us on all of our individuals. JAAMJ.
What you on, Matt?
SoulStudios.com.
AB the artist.
Indeed. And please join us on episode 56. You know, we do this weekly. We'll probably
make sure y'all leave y'all Jam Talks too.
Yep, we'll probably have additional
Hashtag
content.
Jam Talk.
We always have additional content coming out. So yeah, we'll be back. Appreciate y'all for coming through this week. Have an awesome day or night wherever you may be. And see ya.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not
Need
shit?
to
Like
eat. I know you're not subscribed. Click it. Cool.